What is up, New York Jets fans? Good to see you again. This is the Midnight Mike Show. I am Midnight Mike, your late night New York Jets host. And I have a lot of things to talk about tonight. And we have a lot of games and segments all ready for you tonight on the Midnight Mike Show, coming to you from the nice and warm Long Island Sound. It's been in the high 40s, almost hitting 50. And God, I'm hoping that winter doesn't come back to bite us in the ass. Yeah, I said that last Saturday, and it hasn't yet. Fight spring, fight winter away. Let's hit that Jets chant. Jets. All right, here we go tonight. Tonight I want to talk about a few things here on the Midnight Mike Show. The first is the fact that there's now still rumors coming out that Tyrod Taylor, the Jets, are comfortable with Tyrod Taylor being our quarterback for the 2025 season. And with my thoughts on that, and I've said this before, I'm comfortable with Tyrod being our starter week 1, but there's got to be some sort of contingency plan for when he eventually, inevitably gets hurt. Because when you look at his career, it's just kind of something that's going to happen. And are we willing to have a backup in a broken down Jordan Travis? If he even, we keep throwing around this Jordan Travis name, but we don't hear anything about him. We're not hearing any progress on him. And I'd like to hear from Ricky NY, because I'll be honest, what the hell's going on here? I had all these high hopes for this kid. And if he's not going to be able to play, he's not going to be able to play. Let's drop him. But if he's making recoveries, if he's making progress, if he's rehabilitating, then let's fucking get this going, and let's tell that to us. Tell that to Jets fans, because right now we're looking at a terrible quarterback class in this draft, and we know we're not getting one of the first two unless we trade up, which I think would be a huge mistake. We were talking about trading up before anyone else on any social media or anything like that. I don't know anyone who was talking about it before Murdoch brought it up here on the Midnight Mike Show, and that was like 3 weeks ago. And I don't want to trade up. These guys aren't worth it. I'd rather have a, kind of shit season this year. And then if we have to, we'll be in line to get a better quarterback next draft, or trade up next draft for someone who actually seems to be worth it. We'll talk about that today. We're also going to talk about how more rumors are circulating that Aaron Rodgers may end up a New York Giant. And if that takes place, then God damn it, he's going to have a great season. And it's not because the Giants are that great. It's because that is typical Jets, and it's typical of our luck to have the fucking New York Giants take a washed quarterback. Now, once again, he had a great season. I'm not going to deny that. You look at his numbers, and I am very happy with the numbers that Aaron Rodgers put up this past season. But it would be typical Jets fashion, typical Jets luck for us to, before he's ready, kick him to the curb, him go to the crosstown rivals. I mean, to really fuck us, it's either the crosstown rival Giants, the Patriots, the Dolphins, or the Bills. He goes to one of these teams, and all of a sudden, he has a great season and leads the team to the playoffs. Now, he's not going to go to the Giants and lead them to the Super Bowl, just like he wasn't going to lead the Jets to the Super Bowl. But if he goes into the Giants next year and leads them to the playoffs, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry, I'm cursing a lot tonight. I try not to do that, especially in the first 5-10 minutes. But let's be honest here. That would be the kick in the nuts, the egg on the face of everybody in the Jets organization and the fans. Once again, we look stupid. Now, also tonight, guys, I want you to hit that like button. I see you guys in here. I'm so happy that all you guys are in here right now. But what I need you to do is hit that thumbs up. It's free. Go ahead. I'm waiting. Please do it, because when you do that, our numbers go up. Okay? That's all I'm asking tonight. And subscribe if you're new. That'd be great too. But hit that thumbs up button. It's free. It helps out the show, and it tells me, Maddie, Murdoch, and anybody else involved in our show, hey, I appreciate what you guys are doing. Tonight on the show, we're going to be talking about Tyrod. We're going to be talking about Rodgers to the Giants. And we also will talk. We're going to have some combine talk. I got a surprise for all you guys. And we have Mike and Maddie's top 5 at the intermission report. We have your calls after the intermission report, and Murdoch and Maddie are going to go at it again tonight in Midnight Mike Show Trivia. It's all 80s and 90s, TV, music, sports, you name it. We got 3 categories. Last week, we had two categories and an extra category. 3 categories tonight, 4 questions each, and I want you guys to be involved also, as long as these guys don't cheat and start looking in the comments. Let's bring in my co-host, the co-hostess with the mostest, the Beavis to my butthead, the butthead to my Beavis. Maddie, how you doing tonight?
What is up, everybody? How are you?
I mean, I'm doing good. Hey, let me ask you this. Am I wrong in that last week I could have swore that chair behind you where you had the Ranger, it was a Jets logo?
I had my sweatshirt draped over it.
Oh, okay. Because I could have swore I saw the
Jets logo just because I threw my sweatshirt over because my cat was like, for some reason, my cat was like obsessed with fucking with my chair.
Oh,
so
okay.
I just had it covered up.
Okay. So. Threw me for I thought you had 2 really fancy chairs.
Oh, no, I'm not that rich.
All right. Well, one is good enough. I hate the Rangers, but that's a damn nice chair.
Well, they made a trade today that they won the trade, but broke my heart.
I didn't even see what happened. I'm
traded BC and Lindgren to Colorado for a couple of guys, but they got a couple of good draft picks back, so I can't be mad about it. But it's like, you know what, you hate seeing guys you like get traded, but you know it's good for the team. So
yeah. Well, if you could trade away one guy you like and you get like 3 or 4 guys who have good potential, you know.
Well, like I say, I'm always about the team more than the player. I mean, I can like a player, but I'll trade my favorite player in a heartbeat for a Stanley Cup. So
yeah, whatever it takes, right?
Yeah. So
Maddie, the combine started, and you know me, I'm not going to sit there and I'm not going to watch every single combine guy.
Right.
Because once again, Maddie, it's to the point where it's I go back to this and it's like I can sit there and watch every single guy in the combine, but I'm a Jets fan. I'm a football fan, but I'm a Jets fan. And let's say there's 100 guys. 2 of them are going to end up on the New York Jets.
Right.
So for me, it's hard. So what I like to do is I like to defer to other members of the Midnight Mike family tree to bring us information from the combine. And I had someone at the Senior Bowl who live from the Senior Bowl came on the show, gave us updates, told us what was going on, and I have him here to talk about the combine. Let's bring him in. We haven't talked to him in a little while, and we are happy to have him back. Part of the Midnight Mike Show family tree. Tommy Jets, how you doing tonight?
Hey, Tommy.
What's up, Mikey? Hey, what's up, Maddie? How you guys doing?
Doing good.
I love it. Yeah, I actually got one of my reporters, Brandon Pockrass. He's actually at the combine, so do have some coverage there too. So it's good stuff.
But did you not want to go?
Kinda. It's also I can't. How much can I get away with my wife after being gone for half the year?
I understand that. But they were talking about me doing a meetup for the Jets, either Tampa game or something like that. And these guys are coming to me and they're like, hey, man, can you get down there? Because Murdoch will be there. DBs, Maddie might go down. I'm like, how am I going to justify spending basically vacations money to go to a Jets game when I could spend that time with my family? And then even somebody else, I forget if it was DB or Murdoch or somebody goes, well, what if it wasn't your money? And I'm like, I am not taking other people's money. Like
until I see that money, like that's the thing. Like that's a lovely idea.
Yeah.
But until I actually see money in the bank and on paper, like come on. Like
no, I understand.
Like now, if I was like 22 and didn't have a wife and kids, oh yeah, I'll entertain that all day long. But the fact of the matter is that like people who don't have a family, as you guys can both attest, are hey Mike, are very easy and quick to be like, yeah, man, let's just go. You're like, yeah, man, no.
Yeah, that's youth for you, man. Yeah, I remember when I was young, too.
I mean, yeah, if I didn't have anybody that gave a shit about what I was doing, yeah, I could just bounce.
Just disappear for a couple of weeks,
I got a 401k, a vacation roster. I got fucking 2 kids at the house. Like, it's not going to just happen that way. But the problem is that anybody who's not in that predicament does not understand that predicament. Like, what's your problem, bro? You fucking changed.
Yeah, I have a wife and I have kids. What am I supposed to do?
Just wait, asshole. I'm your future.
Real quick, everybody, hit the like button because I do want to see how high I can get numbers tonight because we're running up once again against the WWE pay-per-view Elimination Chamber.
Yes,
and I just want to see how many fucking nerds are out there, and I'll know by the numbers because those are the people who won't show up to watch the Midnight Mike show, which is far superior to Elimination Chamber.
Why would you watch that shit anyway? God.
Well, okay, Valerie, our first lady, comes in, and I was talking about it earlier. We may have to deal with Tyrod. Now, once again, I still think that there's going to be a deal made for Justin Fields. Just because, I mean, if Garrett Wilson wants any available quarterback to come into the Jets, like any available, like a guy with experience, who's he going to take? The guy who was with him in college? I would. I mean, what do you guys think, Tommy?
As much as I don't want Justin Fields, I think it's possible. It's so weird, man, because there's not like a lot of right answers. I feel like, you know what I mean, in terms of what the Jets can do. There's a lot of like, well, this guy could be good, but this guy could be good, but like, there's a lot of question marks around a lot of these guys. So personally, I wouldn't. I mean, Fields hasn't really improved. I mean, the way I look at it too is like Tomlin's, veteran coach. I don't think he would have benched the kid if he didn't think that. If he thought he was the answer. So I don't know.
We figured this all out last Saturday or last Tuesday. Don't really remember. Things kind of flow together. But Justin Fields, I was saying that it was a mistake by the Bears to get rid of Justin Fields for Caleb Williams when they drafted him. That's number one. Number two, Russell Wilson was supposed to be the starting quarterback. He got injured. They put in Justin Fields. And before he left, before they brought Russell Wilson back, Justin Fields was 4-2.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's horrible. And once again, I'm just looking for a guy to give us a little bit of hope. I'm not looking for a guy. I don't think Justin Fields is bringing us to the Super Bowl, but at least Justin Fields and Tyrod in the quarterback room would at least give us a little bit of something where it's like, okay, maybe we can get a winning record this season. Maybe we can pull something off. That's how I'm looking at it.
Maybe. I have this tidbit for you. Justin Fields is 6-14 when he has to throw the ball at least 25 times.
Oh, well, that's not too good.
Yeah, not hopeful there.
Not with the way our running game went last year.
No.
Not too good. Oh, well, Maddie, what do you think? Would you want just to start the season with Tyrod and hope it works out, or bring in?
If they can get Fields for not too much, I'm fine with it. But I certainly wouldn't trade anything higher than a 4th round pick to get him over here. I mean, it's just a matter of regardless if they get Justin Fields, they know Justin Fields isn't their franchise guy unless he shows up and essentially saves the day and cures cancer. And you know what I mean? Like Justin Fields would have to show up and have like a Sam Darnold like season for the Jets to even take him seriously. Like and that's what they'd be doing. They'd be like, look,
so you'd rather just be like, fuck it, let's go in with Tyrod. And
if the price is wrong, yeah, because, and I honestly, and I've said this before, I don't want the Jets drafting a quarterback for another 20 years. Every time they draft a quarterback, it's terrible. Like, honestly.
No, I agree with that.
Like, I really genuinely feel like if the Jets really want to be taken seriously, they need to draft everything but a quarterback and then either sign one in free agency or trade for one. I just can't. I can't get behind them drafting quarterbacks anymore because every time they do, they look like morons. So, like I say, I would be fine if it was like a 4th rounder for Justin Fields. And then if he's great, fantastic. Extend the shit out of him. Give him money. And I don't think that's out of bounds either, to be honest with you. I think that Fields in the right area, right position, right spot, could become that amazing quarterback.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to do what's right for the team. And I'm like, basically, I mean, shit, dude. My idea would be, because I know he's under contract, but if this were a perfect world, it'd be like hockey, and we sign him to a professional tryout and let him earn his job. So,
I'd love that.
We'll see, but excuse me, but if Fields comes here for anything more than a 4th rounder, I'm not real thrilled about it.
All right. Well, let me ask when it comes to quarterbacks, let me ask Tommy this because I think he's the one who brought him up and kind of put a sour taste in my mouth about this guy. JE comes in and says, I'm telling you, Jackson Dart is the best quarterback in the NFL draft. Draft him ASAP. Tommy, was it you who said you saw him playing and he just didn't look?
Yeah, he couldn't hit the far side of the field like at all. Period. At least in the Senior Bowl, and then in the Combine, I was talking to Brandon, who I have there, and he wasn't looking that great either. He throws a pretty ball. I'll give him that. Like, I really love the ball he throws, but it's just so inconsistent. He's much better off platform, like when he has to scramble and stuff like that. He's not really good when he has to kind of sit there and kind of diagnose. So in that ways, it kind of scares me because it reminds me a lot of like, Zach Wilson, yeah, as much as I hate to say that. But yeah, I'm not a huge Dart guy. I would like if he's not. And the thing that bothers me with Dart too, like I'm fine with Dart, but like people are talking about him being like a first round pick now, and I don't think he's a first round pick. He has a cool name. Cool quarterback name. I mean, fuck, dude. He's probably getting all the women in school, But on the football field, like that's what I care about, and I don't necessarily see it. The Ole Miss system that he played in isn't necessarily like a pro style system, so he has stuff he has to work on. Personally, the quarterback I've been kind of like impressed with the most, and it's funny because you saw the game, Mike, with Kyle McCord throwing those 5 picks.
Yeah,
is Kyle McCord. Like he's looked great at the Shrine Bowl. He's looked great at the Combine. He's also grew up a Jets fan, so got to root for that a little bit too. But Dart, man, if the Jets take him in the first round, I'm going to be upset.
Well, let me tell you this. That's actually, you're saying that goes, hey, it's a cool name. He's probably getting the chicks. Hey, that's my nephew's name, Jackson, spelled like Jaxon.
Oh, there you go.
Isn't that crazy? But when my sister first told me about it, I was like, wait, how are you spelling it? Like, that's crazy. Like, what are you talking about here? But it is what it is. We are about to bring in my other co-host because I know he'll talk about, drafts and the Combine and all that stuff. But quickly, Scott Foster, channel member, comes in and says, can we talk some Ghostface? And for those of you who missed it, I just randomly went live the other night and streamed me watching Scream 5. I had it on the screen behind me. We had a blast. There were people in there watching the whole movie with me, especially Scott, who had it running. He, teed it up. And we went the whole movie and watched the whole movie together. So it got pulled down by YouTube, unfortunately. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down to like a 10 to 15 minute like little reaction video. And I'm going to keep doing things like that. So guys, be prepared for Midnight Mike to be watching some random 80s and 90s pop culture and horror movies and things like that. But let's bring him in, ladies and gentlemen. My other co-host, Murdoch. How you doing tonight?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Hey, bud.
Tommy, Maddie, what's up, boys?
What do you know?
Yeah, last time you did that, you got the stream taken down too with Super Bowl 3.
Well, the difference is with Super Bowl 3, I ran it directly onto the screen through screen share, and I was running off the NFL. I was like, I knew that one really wasn't going to work out. But on the screen behind me, I think what they got me on is I didn't talk enough. You have to kind of talk over the movie every 20 to 30 seconds. And there were points towards the end of the movie where I just was into the movie with Scott and the other people in there. And it was just rolling and the audio was up and all that stuff. And I think that's where they got me. So I've got to just be more attentive to how much copyrighted audio is actually coming through. So that's what it is. But okay, we brought Tommy on for a reason. And it's to talk about the NFL Combine. Tommy, and I know Murdoch probably has stuff to say about this. Tommy, who have you seen in the NFL Combine so far that through, their dashes or times or whatever, who's impressed you?
Yeah, I guess I'll kind of go through the loop. I mean, quarterbacks already kind of talked about that. Running backs don't really need, so I'll kind of skip those guys. Wide receiver, I like Ty Felton. I've always liked him a lot, Maryland wide receiver. I think he ran like a 4.3, 4.37, and good blocking guy despite being a smaller guy. Great route runner, good contested catch guy. He can play inside and out. Reminds me a little bit of Garrett Wilson and what he can do. He's a great player. I really like Ty Felton. Also Keandre Lambert-Smith, the Auburn wide receiver. He also ran like a 4.39. He's kind of a do-it-all kind of guy. He played inside, outside at Penn State, and then this past year at Auburn. Despite going through like 3 quarterbacks, he put up nearly 1,000 yards, like something like 10 touchdowns. He's pretty good. He was great at the Shrine Bowl too. Really good with leverage, like getting open as he's running his routes. He's good at high pointing the ball. Ball tracking. Tight ends. I mentioned Rondé Godson last time you guys had me on. Syracuse guy Mason Taylor Mason. I always mess up his name. LSU tight end. He did really good at the combine. I was impressed with that. Some defensive guys, Fiddle Diggs, at edge rusher. Really think he did great. RJ West. He's an interior defensive lineman. Boston College. He looked really good. Teddy Buchanan, linebacker, freaking stud, man. He had 26 bench press reps, tied for first in the group. Ran a 4.6 40. He's got power and speed. Cornerbacks. I'm going through a lot of guys, so I apologize. Zal Frazier from UTSA. He's really good. He ran a fast 40. He did cone drill too. A lot of guys aren't doing cone drills for whatever reason because the way the combine has it set up. They're running those drills like really late, so guys aren't doing them for whatever reason. But a lot of those drills are really predicative of how successful a player is going to be because it's like short area speed. You know what I mean? So when guys do those and they perform well, it usually bodes well. Zal Frazier was good at that. Noel Williams, California cornerback, Craig Woodson, California safety, and RJ Mickens, Ray Mickens' kid. I think he did well too.
Nice. Now, if any of those guys, or of any of those guys, if you had to pick one of them for us to take at number 7, if we don't trade up or trade down, which one would you go with?
Oh, at 7, I don't know. I don't think they'll get that high. I try to look for, because there's so much shit that can happen in the first round, right? Like, yeah. I try to avoid first round guys completely because either the Jets are going to pick like the cornerstone guy there, or they're going to trade back, or they're going to trade up, and that's too much too much question mark variables for me to really think about. So I like to go for like the background guys. Like all those guys I mentioned are day 2 or day 3 guys that the Jets could realistically go after. Ricky White, another wide receiver out of UNLV, he's really good too. And Sam Brown from Miami, he's also a good wide receiver that had a good combine. So I think a lot of those guys are really options for the Jets. It just depends on what the Jets want to do, right? Like, are they going to get a wide receiver in free agency? They're going to get one in the draft. They need to get another edge rusher with Jermaine, kind of questionable, and Will McDonald not really being a run stopping guy. Do they get an edge rusher at the beginning? Do they get like a Mason Graham at round 1, or do they wait? So it's very interesting. There's a lot of fucking guys, man. There's a lot of guys. Like, I know people aren't.
That's why I find it so hard, Tommy.
Yeah,
to talk about the draft. And all these, like, even when the combine happens, I find it so hard to talk about it, only because there's so much more that has to be figured out. Like, we haven't even, like, free agency just started. Like, Deebo Samuels just got traded to the Washington Redskins from the 49ers. And like, that was the first big, any kind of trade I personally have seen so far. And there's so much more to go. And then you have to get through free agency, and then you have to get through the draft. And once you get closer to the draft, you can kind of wrap your head around a little bit more what your team is thinking, because you know what they've done in free agency. But at this point, it's so hard. It's so hard to figure anything out, because basically you're watching guys who most likely, 1 out of 32 chance is going to end up on another team.
That's what makes it tough.
I'm sorry, 31 out of 32 chance is going to end up on another team.
Yeah, that's kind of what makes it tough. I mean, you never just don't know how free agency is going to shake out, and until that does, like, I just try to go after like the vague positions where we could always use a guy. You know what I mean? Like, wide receiver could always use a guy alongside Garrett. Linebacker, safety, cornerbacks. You can always use a guy there. But first round, man, if you're talking first pick, like if we stay at 7, I wouldn't hate Mason Graham. It really depends though if like they want to run a 3-4 scheme instead of a 4-3. Mason Graham could be great. Tyler Warren, the tight end, could be great. I'm not huge on taking a tight end that early, but especially this class, there's a lot of really good guys. But then I've also seen cornerbacks like Will Johnson from Michigan, who I think could be a stud. So there's a lot of, no matter where you slice, there's like a lot of variety that can be had.
Now, before I know Murdog has a lot of thoughts on the draft, and I want to hear what Murdog thinks of your take there, or who he would take, or what he's seen maybe if he's watched some of the combine. But before we get to that, I got some super chats coming in. You guys are starting the month off great. Here we go. Let's hit that Jets chant. Jets. Scott Foster comes in, not only a channel member, but sending in $1.99. It says, and you're running against Bobby Midnite. I don't know who that is. John Radcliffe comes in with $2. Jets. Tank 2025. Draft Banks. Tyrod is our guy for now. Like I said, John, I'm completely okay with starting this season off with Tyrod, but there's got to be someone behind him aside from some rookie, or once again, who the fuck knows what's going on with Jordan Travis? Who knows? But Murdog, you listen to what Tommy said. I know you do a lot on the draft and stuff like that. What are your thoughts? And did you watch any of the combine?
I have it all taped. I watched the first day.
Well, like on VHS?
No, DVR, bro.
Oh, okay.
2025. Get with it, bro.
When I hear I have it taped, I'm thinking like
I still say tape. Like if a movie's coming out for at home, I'm like, is it out on tape yet? So
yeah, no, it just records everything, and with YouTube TV, it's unlimited. So there's like I remember back in the day, I'd have to like delete shit to make room.
Oh, like TiVo and stuff.
Yeah, or whatever Spectrum, whatever I had in Queens, you had to like make room. But here, it's just unlimited. I know, Maddie. Tommy. Every time someone talks about Jackson Dart, I'm like, Tommy Jets was at the combine and says Jackson Dart can't throw to the other side of the field. Yeah, so I was like, stop talking about him at number 7. We can't do that. I'm okay with him in the middle of the draft. Any of these quarterbacks, McCord would be my guy, like you mentioned, in the middle. But that's round 4 or later.
Yeah.
The meat and potatoes of this draft, I think, is round 2 and 3, unless you have like a top 5. Depends how draft is a draft. Things fall weird. I can't see an Abdul Carter falling to us at 7. If he's there at 5, I could see the Jets trying to trade up for him because it's only a couple spots. But outside of that, I've been stuck on Will Johnson and Mason Graham since the beginning because obviously we need defensive tackle and run stopping and somebody you could put next to Quinnen, because you put a viable threat next to Quinnen becomes more dangerous. Yes. And it elevates that new guy because they still got to pay attention to Quinnen and stop him. And it helps both. But here's the beauty of it is I think defensive tackle is the probably best position in this draft depth-wise. You can get a stud in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
So that brings the problem. Well, do we use 7 on defensive tackle? We could trade down once, twice, and still get like a Derek Harmon out of Oregon at 20. He's great. I think he had 43 hurries this year. Yep. So we could, since we're in such a shit show, we need pieces. It's not just one guy in this draft is going to change our situation moving forward. We need multiple pieces. So we got 7 and 42. What if we trade back a few times, still get a stud up front, and then maybe have an extra 2nd, 3rd in the next years too? So many ways we can go with it, but one guy is not going to fix our team. So we need to plug a lot of holes. I'm in favor of, depending on maybe 2 guys are available at 7. Otherwise, I'm trading down multiple times into the 20s.
Now, I brought this up at the top of the show, and I want to ask all of you guys this, and we'll start with Maddie. I brought up the fact that the rumors are getting more and more intense that Aaron Rodgers is being courted by the New York Giants, or even he's put his hat in to play for the New York Giants. And knowing the Jets' luck, if the Jets' luck is the Jets' luck of the past, Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams go to the New York Giants and they make the playoffs. Maddie, what do you think?
I don't care. I could give a shit. It's not going to happen. Go, have fun.
Time out. What's not going to happen? He's not going to go to the Giants, or he's going to go to the Giants.
They're not going to go to the playoffs, and it's like this is such a oh god, dude, I am not playing keeping up with the Joneses with the Giants. They're not even in our conference, let alone our division. I do not give a shit what the Giants do. They want to sign him, have fun. He has a good season. Hey, great. Whatever. Giants are not going to the Super Bowl next year with Aaron Rodgers, no matter what.
I agree.
And, I mean, again, I've gotten to the point where making the playoffs is great. But at the same time, so the fuck what? You go to the playoffs, you play 2 more games than a team that doesn't go to the playoffs, and you still have nothing to show for it.
Or if you're the Miami Dolphins, you go to the playoffs and you just never win.
Right.
So
I got to step out for a hot second. I'll be right back.
All right, real quick. DJ, one of our resident Buffalo Bills fans, comes in and says, "Hey guys, I'm sorry I can only stop in and say hi. I was going to ask if you wanted to draft Stafford. Who's drafting a guy who's been in the league 15 years?" But he re-signed. Okay, I have to run, but I'll definitely be here Tuesday. And remember, go Bills. What do you guys think about this whole? If Rodgers goes to the Giants? Look, I'll be honest. If he goes to the Giants, Matty may not give a fuck. But I'm going to tell you this: if he goes to the Giants and brings that shitty team, to the playoffs, even if they lose in the first round, that's going to put egg all over every Jets front office, coach, anyone who had part in making that decision. It's going to put egg right on their face because we're not making the playoffs next year. I just don't see it happening unless something magical happens in free agency and the draft.
Yeah, you can go, Tom.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you, Mike. The thing that's always interesting to me, right, is Woody Johnson was so hell bent on bringing Rodgers here, right? And then I feel like it's kind of the reason why and then he turns around and now he doesn't want him there. Because Glenn and Mogi they said that they didn't give him an ultimatum, kind of, you know what I mean? So yeah. I think a lot of that came from the top too, because Woody, as much as Woody wants to win, he can't help but meddle, and just get in between football stuff when he probably shouldn't be. And I would not be shocked in the slightest to see Rodgers go to the Giants. I was like, oh, hey, Woody, I'm still here. Fuck you. I'm just going to start winning games for a team that plays in the same stadium, Well,
I've heard that a lot of it could be the second Aaron Rodgers made fun of, even though it was a clear joke on the McAfee show, said something about, oh, I don't know, let's see what our Madden scores are or something, that Woody was like, that really pissed off Woody.
Oh, yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, he was pissed.
Oh, you think?
Oh, I know.
I remember hearing it. It was clearly just a joke.
I know. But yeah, he was pissed. He takes a lot of that stupid little shit to heart.
Yeah,
100%.
I said earlier I didn't know who Bobby Midnite was, but I'll tell you this right now: it seems like Bobby Midnite and Woody Johnson both get on their queried way too much. It just happens way too much, and I think we need to all chip in, get a box of Tampex, and deliver them to those two guys. I think that's what we need to do. Everyone, please hit that thumbs up button while you're in here. We still have Midnight Mike Show trivia coming up. Mike and Maddie's top 5, your calls. But yeah, the whole Aaron Rodgers thing is I thought it was over. And then over the past 2 days, all I'm hearing is that either he's talking to the Giants or the Giants are courting him or whatever. And I'm like, wouldn't it just be the fucking Jets' luck to have him fucking pull this shit? And of course, but Aaron Glenn immediately looks stupid in his first season. Because if they make, once again, you're right. I don't think he wouldn't have taken the Jets into a win in the playoffs, and he's not taking the Giants to a win in the playoffs. But if we go, 4 or 5 wins and the Giants go 9-8 or squeak into the playoffs, that's not a good look.
There's 2 things to that, though. First of all, Aaron Rodgers is still in the contract.
Absolutely.
Technically. So the Giants are talking to him. That's tampering. You can't do that. So I don't know where that's coming from. I mean,
well, to be honest, Murdog, if he's given permission to talk to other teams,
I think he might have been.
Yeah, which he should have been, considering that he can't. No, because maybe, but we haven't heard anything about Jordan Travis in 2 years. So my whole point is that if they had Aaron Rodgers, if Aaron Rodgers flew across the fucking country to come to a meeting where he wanted to be part of the New York Jets and they sent him packing, there's no way he didn't go, well, I can talk to other teams, right? If you're telling me I'm done.
Yeah, if you tell me we're moving in another direction, I'm not going to just sit around.
Yeah, exactly.
But the Jets would have said, we've given Aaron authority or permission to.
Well, they may have, and it's just not a big publicized thing because it's kind of an assumed thing. I don't know. I really feel like giving that much of a shit about Aaron Rodgers is a waste of everyone's time.
It's not, Maddie, once again, it's not about giving a shit about Aaron Rodgers. It's about, once again, the Jets ending up with egg on their face because they make stupid or rash decisions. And it just proves once again that we are just loyalists to a goofball clown show franchise.
Maybe so, but I just don't. I don't care. I really don't. It's the guy's done, and I mean, he's not gonna. I mean, as bad as the Jets were last year, the Giants were worse. So
last year,
that's what I was gonna say.
Let's see what happens this year.
I can't see the Jets are in a better situation than the Giants. It's just that's a fact. Even as bad as we were, we have so many more pieces than them. So I can't, Aaron. That's a downgrade for Aaron and or Devontae.
Hold on, I just want to point out. I noticed something. I think Murdoch is trying to up Maddie's gay shirt from last week when he came on with the Spice Girls shirt. Murdoch coming on with the Hogwarts shirt. Congratulations, Murdoch. I see what you're doing tonight. You're trying to say, hey, Maddie, hold my beer. Hold my beer.
I just like Hogwarts.
I just like Harry Potter.
Guy's a fucking alum, man. What's your problem? At least he went to school.
I'm a fucking wizard.
What are you wearing? What are you wearing, Maddie? I see it looks like a carnival.
I'm wearing a Doctor Who shirt.
Oh, okay. There you go. By the way, we got a big super chat in the house. Let's hit that Jets chant. Jets. Michael Lando Calrissian coming in with $20. Also a channel member. Dude, you guys are already knocking it out of the park tonight. That's a baseball reference for anyone who's not a sports fan. But Michael Landau comes in and says, I was looking forward to tonight's show. You guys make the offseason bearable. Good work by all. And not only you get the Jets champ, because that was such a big one, you're going to end up getting what the big money guys get, and that is the catch. Now, look, if Garrett Wilson is happy, I'm happy. That's how I look at it at this point.
I was going to say, I don't know about that, what you guys were talking about with Woody meddling, not just the meddling, but with the new guys, Muji and Glenn. They said we didn't put any conditions on him or ultimatums. What if they just flat out said, we're not bringing you back? It's kind of like a play on words, like, there was no special things that was asked for. Yeah, but you could have just flat out said, sorry, Aaron, listen, we're going to go to a young quarterback or start over. Then just not saying that part. It's kind of like blowing smoke around. You know what I mean? Like a smoke screen. They could have just flat out said, sorry, kid. They're like,
the only reason I don't think that, because like if they're
first
Tyrod stuff,
they didn't say sorry, kid, because the entire staff is younger than Aaron Rodgers, so that didn't happen.
Sorry, Dad.
Yeah, sorry, Grandpa.
You know what I mean, but
I know what you mean.
It just could have been simple as that. I don't know. It didn't make sense to me. But
Miguel Padilla comes in, channel member, says Midnight Mike has the best Jets live chat. Thank you. I appreciate that. Main reason, it's not a bunch of people licking the host's balls. So that's a great thing. You guys can come in and just trash talk me and I have fun with it. I'll go back at you. How about that? But Miguel, I appreciate it. I thought you weren't here. I think it was Tuesday or last Saturday. We missed you, buddy. We missed you. But we're gonna. Oh, go ahead, Murdoch.
No, I said we were asking. Where's Mijuelito?
Yeah, you say it right. I know. Does Adams go with him? Heard today it was expected. Yeah, I mean, first off, I just don't see Devontae Adams wanting to be on a team with no quarterback, and that's what we have right now. I just don't. I mean, Maddie, what are your thoughts? Is Devontae here week 1?
I don't care. Probably not. Like I really don't. Like
all right. Maddie over here. He doesn't care about anything we're talking about. Every answer is I don't care.
No, I'm tired of putting these guys on these pedestals. Like,
dude, we need to know what's on our team.
Yeah, but you know what? It's a matter of if you want to be here, great. If you don't, then fuck off. Like I don't. What I don't like is this. Oh well, is he here? Is this guy happy? Like I don't give a shit. Like be here or don't. Like, you know what I mean? If you're so tied to Aaron Rodgers, then sayonara. No, and if you're honestly asking, I don't think he is, and I don't give a shit. Like if you're so concerned about being a part of the Aaron Rodgers fucking, inner circle, then go. Honestly, I mean, and I said this 2 years ago, I didn't like the way the Jets made Aaron Rodgers almost as powerful as fucking the GM then.
Yeah.
And I don't like it now. Like I would literally, if I'm Aaron Glenn, I said Aaron or Devontae Adams, and I go, look, do you want to play for the Jets next year or not? Yes or no? I don't want a half answer. I want yes or no, and you have 5 seconds.
Yep.
If the answer is no, cool. We will grant you your release. Bye. But I'm so tired of, like, I feel like the Jets are bending over backwards with, well, does this person happy? Look, motherfucker, do you want to play in the NFL or not? And if you can't get a contract anywhere else, then you're either a Jet or you're fucking playing in the CFL. I'm so tired. It frustrates the shit out of me with this endless, well, I don't want to play for the Jets, but then fucking go. I don't give a shit what you do. Go play for Phoenix.
But Matty, the whole thing is that right now, him and Garrett Wilson are pretty much the best 2 players we have on offense.
Yes, they are. But
if he wants to go, I agree with you. Let him go. Yeah, but we need to know whether this guy's going to be.
They already. I guarantee you, they already know.
I hope
it's just a matter of when they cut him.
I mean, I think it'll be. I think we're going to find out about Devontae Adams like maybe this coming week.
I wouldn't be shocked if they trade him at the draft.
Yeah, trade him. Get something for him.
But the fact of the matter is I don't give a shit what these guys want anymore. I want the adults in the room to be like, no, you're not having fucking pixie sticks and lemonade for lunch. This is how things work. And, if you don't like it here, sayonara, motherfucker. But believe me, you're not just going to get cut. You're going to get traded to some shit sipper ass team that sucks. Like, welcome to Jacksonville, asshole. We'll take that fucking 8th round pick for your 2nd round talent. Like, be vindictive. Make motherfuckers pay. Like, the Rangers started doing that shit in the offseason. They're like, look, you can either waive your no trade clause or we'll just waive you and you'll go wherever the fuck you go. I just, like I say, if Devontae doesn't want to be here, fine, fuck off. Again, last season there were 5 wins. Everyone keeps talking about how great Aaron Rodgers was. Oh, he's the best quarterback statistically. Blah, 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 blah. I don't fucking care. 5 wins. End of discussion. You can blame whoever you want to blame, but everybody's part of it, and so are you, Devontae Adams. So are you, Aaron Rodgers. If you are not bringing wins to this team, you have no fucking ground to stand on. You cannot blackmail the GM and be like, well, you need me. Oh, what do we need you for? Go. I hate sounding so bitter and annoyed, but it's like we were talking about ever since the offseason started, is when they hired Aaron Glenn. I'm fucking tired of hearing, oh, we're the New York freaking Jets. We're built for this. What are we built for?
Rebuilding.
Show me wins or shut the fuck up.
But here's what I do know. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
You know what we're built for right now? Disappointment and pissing me off.
No, I agree. I am not. This is
Monday mornings at work. Suck wet farts out of dead pigeons. That's what the Jets are built for. So
real quick, Matty, I don't know if you noticed at the bottom of the screen, he's back. Ricky NY in the chat, and I'm hoping that you can call in later when I open up to everybody because you got my hopes high for Jordan Travis, and we've heard nothing in 2 years.
Yeah, dude.
But it's great. It is great to see you. It is absolutely great to see you, Ricky. Thank you for being here. I definitely appreciate that. Real quick, we got to move on. I got not Jets trivia. I got Midnight Mike Show trivia coming up. We got the intermission report. And we got your calls. Tommy, is there anything else that you have? Any other information? Have you heard anything about Jordan Travis?
Not much, honestly. I haven't been poking around too much on that end because I'm doing all, the Jet stuff or the draft stuff. Sorry, but no, I haven't heard much. Hopefully, it's good news, but still, man, it's a whole year out of football.
Google Jordan Travis, those fucking pages are 2 years old. Like, there's no news.
I know that. Well, that's what's pissing me off.
It's I 100% agree. I want to know more.
It's been 2 fucking years, and we haven't heard anything.
My hope is he shows up at camp and we're like, who the fuck is this guy? And he just tears shit up.
I'd love that. He doesn't have like a great NFL arm, but the guy's he's toolsy. You know what I mean?
Well, and I like the way I think he sees the field.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I don't think he's gonna launch those fucking 92-yard bombs or like, holy shit, look at that. But he's that guy who's gonna get you a first down when you need a first down 9 out of 10 times, is my view.
Yep.
Real quick, Ricky. Yes, when we open calls, please come in and educate us why Aaron Rodgers is not here. If you know something we don't, please let me know.
Who is Aaron Rodgers?
Who's that guy?
I don't even care.
What's up, Jack Talks Jets?
Hey,
Hope you're
Jack.
doing good, man. Once again, I love that logo. That is a great
That
logo.
is a great logo.
That is, yeah.
I don't know if he did that. The kid's like 15 and a half. So if he did, it's some great
It's my
stuff.
Jason Todd. That's my dog.
Real quick. Well, we got a quick Jets chant in the house. Jets. Maddie, Jets have been bending over for years. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, we're all well aware. It's
Yeah.
kind of how it works. But
Life is hard.
Tommy, tell everybody what you're up to. I know your league winners Twitter got, what the hell happened?
Yes, dude, honestly, I'm so confused by it. So I went to change.
Did you post porn?
No, I mean, if I posted porn, it'd probably still be up.
True.
But-
I guess on X, you're right.
No, I went to change, I pay for the premium membership there and stuff because, company, blah, blah, blah. I've been trying to consolidate everything into like a company card. So I changed the payment to that card. And then as soon as the payment went through, I got instantly suspended. Said it was an inauthentic account. Not sure what that means because I own the LLC. Like, I just post articles on that account and the video stuff. So that's been bizarre. I haven't been on Twitter as much because of that. I stopped reading messages and stuff, and focusing on like IG and doing all the stuff with the company because we started with 3 schools last year. And now we're already at 8 full-time credentialed schools, and we're aiming for like 20 something this year. So we're the Twitter thing sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. So where can people follow you? Are you still at your normal Twitter now?
Yeah, I still use my personal Twitter. You can see it on the screen there. Yeah, there. Thomas CP_NFL, and you can on Instagram at the League Winners. Just see this logo. That's the logo.
Oh, nice. You got merch now.
Oh yeah, dude. The logo's on the back of this hoodie. But yeah, we do a lot of player interviews, a lot of video stuff. Pretty cool considering this time last year I had 0 schools, no coverage, and now we're getting to the double digits. So
Nice.
Pretty cool stuff.
Well, thank you, Tommy. I really appreciate it. Please don't be a stranger.
Yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on him, or just shoot me a text on my personal phone, Mike. I'll see it a lot quicker then. I appreciate you guys having me on, Mikey, Murdog, Maddie. You guys,
Always a pleasure, dude. Love to have you.
Have a good night.
Yep, you too.
Later, brother.
All right, guys, it is about that time. We got some fun coming up.
Yeek. Hey, baby.
JD, and it's not just JD, it's JD. What's up, everyone? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. J Quest in here. What's up, fellas? How you doing, J Quest? Loving all this, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. That's very important on your way in. We're about to do Midnight Mike Show trivia, and we want you guys to be a part of it. But I gotta trust that Murdog and Maddie aren't going to be looking at the chat because, and you guys don't do that, Murdog. Don't do that. I don't trust you or Maddie as far as I could throw you.
I went to Gryffindor, motherfucker. You went to Hufflepuff.
Fuck you. I was Slytherin all the way, dude.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I'm a heel all day, every day. DB comes in and says Ricky could share some insight on the cornerbacks, Thomas and the kicker Fitzgerald from Florida State. Good stuff. Yes, Monique, good to have you back. Mike, Maddie, Murdog, and Tommy. Good to see you, Monique. Always good. All right, let's get this started because I have some fun questions for tonight. We have 3 separate categories. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for Midnight Mike Show Trivia here on the Midnight Mike Show. It's every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Tuesdays, we're live at 9:30, but no trivia. Saturday nights is the night for trivia, and we have 3 great categories with 4 questions each that Murdog and Maddie will go at. Last Saturday night, Murdog took the championship, took the crown with a score of is that it looks like 6-3, but I think Maddie is coming back tonight. So we will see here on the Midnight Mike Show. It is time for trivia. So guys, we have 3 categories for you tonight with 4 questions each. We don't have to go through them all, but because if we leave some left over, that means that's less I have to do for next Saturday night. But the 3 categories are as followed. Everybody in the chat, Murdoch, Maddie, here they are. The first one is TV fun. TV fun is the first category. The second category is movie madness. Those, of course, will all involve movies. And once again, mostly all 80s and 90s, because that's my forte. That's my expertise. And the final category, we have a Devils fan here, we have a Rangers fan, and we have an Islanders fan. Our final category is tri-state hockey. Tri-state hockey. Maddie, since you are the visitor, because Murdoch is the reigning champion, I am going to let you pick the category first.
Tri-state hockey. Let's do it.
Tri-state hockey. Here we go. Question number 1. Who wore number 9 in the Stanley Cup 1994 New York Rangers season? We need you to write it down. In 1994, the Stanley Cup season of the Rangers, who wore number 9? Maddie is already done. He's locked in. We're waiting for Murdoch. Oh, he has his crown. So we need to get, if that crown gets passed, we're going to have to get Maddie a crown.
Yeah, I'll stop at Burger King tomorrow.
Murdoch, are you locked in?
Yeah, because I'm not a Ranger fan, but
well, you'd have to assume
these categories are set up for me to pronounce today.
No. I specifically said at the start of this category that we have a Devils fan, a Rangers fan, and an Islanders fan, and it's tri-state hockey. So you think that all of them are going to be about the Rangers? I don't think so, Murdoch.
I'm a hockey expert.
All right, Maddie, you know what? Murdoch's the champ. Yeah, let's see who Murdoch has.
I only said this. I have no idea. I only said this because he's your favorite. Ulf Samuelsson.
No,
Ulf Samuelsson.
Ulf was not a Ranger in 94, and he wore number 5 for the Rangers. No, it's Adam Graves.
Adam Graves.
God damn it,
he gets the first point.
Gravy,
and I actually heard that a couple years later in like 2001, I forget who it was who took number 9, actually called Adam Graves and said,
Pavel Bure.
Yeah, and he asked him, he said, hey, man, do you mind if I wear number 9? And Graves was like, absolutely.
Yeah, Graves was cool because by then he had gone to the San Jose Sharks.
There it is. All right, well, Maddie has control of the board.
Keep it going with tri-state hockey.
All right, tri-state hockey. Question number 2. This father and son duo played for the Hartford Whalers in 1980. This father and son duo played for the Hartford Whalers in 1980.
Can you just give the last names?
No, I can't. No, I will not give their last names. Like, what in the fuck?
No, I'm saying, could I just give the last name of the family?
I would prefer the names of the players. I
have one.
I'll give you half a point for the last name, but I'll give you a full point for the thing. Who's locked in?
I'm in.
Okay, Maddie is locked in. Murdoch is still writing. Michael Landau says, I have no clue on the Whalers. And DB comes in and says, Saturdays are better with the 10:30 Mike show and the 3 amigos. I'm not. By the way, we've already established I'm not 10:30 Mike anymore. It's 11:15 Mike. And in the past week and a half, I've gone past midnight twice. Just saying.
There you go. Go ahead, Murdoch.
Murdoch. Well, here we go.
Gordie Howe and Son.
Gordie Howe and Son. I can't give you full credit for that.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't.
What if it's Gordie Howe Jr.? I don't know.
It's not Gordie Howe Jr.
It was Gordie Howe and Mark Howe, if I remember correctly. If not, it was Marty. But all 3 of them played together at some point.
Yes, there you go. As a matter of fact, I should give Maddie an extra point. Murdoch gets a half point.
That's so fucked up.
But Maddie gets the full point. I should probably give him another point because my answer was Gordie and Mark Howe, but I said that Marty Howe also played 12 games that season.
I actually have a signed Gordie Howe in a Whalers uniform, Sports Illustrated, in my safe back there.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love, again, everyone who knows me knows I love the Whalers. And like I was trying to find a Gordie Howe signed puck, but I could only find an SI. So.
Although the Whalers had a great logo. Yeah, I'd say one of the best, if not the best in sports.
Best logo in hockey. I would argue that the Brewers might give them a run for their money. because
logo?
the Milwaukee Brewers, whether you like the Brewers or not, that baseball glove that's an MB is fantastic.
It's just so easily put together.
Yeah,
For the MB, it looks great.
So,
Maddie, you
keep it
still
going,
have control.
Tri-State.
Okay, Tri-State. Here we go. Now, question number 3. Only 2 questions left. This is question number 3. In what town do the New York Islanders play their home games? In what town do the New York Islanders play their home games? Now, remember, folks, they're not playing in the stadium or the arena that they always played in. There's a new one. Murdog holding up the thing. Does that mean you're locked in?
It does.
Okay, Murdog is locked in.
Go
We're
ahead.
waiting on Maddie.
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Let's start off with Murdog. Murdog, what town do the New York Islanders play in?
Elmont.
Elmont, New York with a point. Maddie, what do you
I
got?
did not have it. I had definitely not Elmont. Go give it to Murdoch.
Well, I did give it to Murdog, but you would get a point if you said Murdog. But
I'm not going to cheat because I went after him and he got it right. So no, I did not get it correct.
Well, that's why you're supposed to be writing it down.
I did write it down and I did not write Elmont.
J Quest in the chat gets a point. By the way, it's the UBS Arena in Elmont, New York, and actually, you know what? That's sad to me because I just always loved them. I mean, when you think of the Islanders,
they're Nassau.
Yeah, you think of Nassau Coliseum.
Yeah. So
all
right.
right. Murdog has control of the
board.
board. You got TV Fun, Movie Madness, or the last question in Tri-State Hockey.
Close it out, big man.
No, because I'm bad in the hockey trivia, so fuck that. I'm gonna go TV Fun.
All right, here we go.
Because if we run out of time, we can avoid that last hockey question.
Spoken like an Islander fan.
All right, here we go. First question in TV Fun. The theme of Dukes of Hazzard, Good Old Boys, is sung by this artist.
Oh, man.
The theme from Dukes of Hazzard, Good Old Boys, is sung by this artist. Just a good old boys. Anyone who's locked in, just hold up your piece of paper. That's what I need. Maddie's locked in.
I don't think I'm right, but
Come on, Murdog. Let's lock it in.
I'm done.
All right, Murdog's done. Murdog, what do you got?
Waylon Jennings.
Murdog with a point.
all I'm gonna say is they fucking blasted it all over the chat. I had Hank Williams.
Okay, fair enough. Hank Williams. It is what it is.
I'm gonna concur.
But if we look, look.
Oh,
Michael Landau
Yeah,
gets a
that
point.
shit was up before like
EB gets a
2
point.
seconds.
Oh, he spelled it wrong.
I'm
Michael
not worried
Landau
about
spelled
that.
it wrong.
And Sharon. Hey, Sharon, how you doing tonight? Waylon Jennings. We got people getting the John fucking Denver. No, that's not right.
Right. Well, full disclosure. I did see it in the chat.
Did you really?
Yeah.
So I have to take that point away.
Yeah, you could take the point away.
Okay,
I
so you're
didn't know.
Chat,
I didn't know
give
the
it,
answer.
give it like let us answer and then fire away.
Or at
I didn't
least-
know. I had no idea what the answer was. I
At
did.
least we-
It
at
popped up in the
least-
chat and said, "Fuck it. If it's right, it's right."
Let us at least fucking do our thing. And the reason I say that is, and I mean, I'm no better. I would have cheated if I had the opportunity to. So let us answer, then fire away.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or wait till you see their little boards go up, and then
It's
you
not fun.
start, then
It's
you
not
can start
fun.
nailing the chat.
It's
Hey
not
guys,
fun,
once
right?
again, we had Tommy Jets on earlier talking the combine. We talked Aaron Rodgers going to the Giants. We talked Tyrod potentially being our starting quarterback. Now it's Midnight Mike Show trivia. Hit that like button. It's free. Just show support for the show, and more people will see that we are live. We're having a great Saturday night tonight. I want that to continue, so just hit the thumbs up below this video. All right, so nobody got that one. So who had control of the board?
Murdoch still has control.
Run it
All
back.
right.
TV fun.
Going back to TV Fun?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Burgess Meredith, known as Rocky's manager Mick and the Penguin, broke this in his famous episode of The Twilight Zone.
Done. My favorite episode.
One of mine too.
It is my all-time favorite episode.
I will repeat the question for Murdog and the chat.
That's okay.
Burgess Meredith, known as Rocky's manager Mick, and the Penguin broke this in his famous episode of The Twilight Zone. All right, let's bring down the music.
Complete guess.
All right, a complete guess. We'll go with Murdog first. Murdog, what do you got?
His nose?
And Maddie, tell him what it is.
He broke his glasses. The episode is called Time Enough at Last. It's the second episode of the first season.
And it was because all he wanted to do was
All I do is read his books, baby.
Yeah,
I've never identified with a character on television more.
Yeah, that was good. Valerie got it.
Wow.
Valerie with a point. Sharon with a point. Wow, Sharon's good at these. I don't remember her being in the chat much, but she's coming in here like a boss with these these questions. She's nailing them. Good for you, Sharon. All right, here we go. So Maddie now has control of the board. We have TV Fun, Movie Madness, or the
close
final
out Tri-State Hockey.
Tri-State Hockey.
It's gonna be a
the
devil's
final
question, so let's do it.
Here we go. The final question in Tri-State Hockey is, which team beat the New Jersey Devils in the 1997 Eastern Conference semifinals? Which team beat the New Jersey Devils in the 1997 Eastern Conference semifinals? I mean, you know, there's only so many teams you could pick from, right? All right. Bringing down the music. Maddie, are you locked in?
Oh, hold on a minute. This is the 96-97.
Don't write it in there yet, guys. Just wait a second.
The 96-97 season, correct?
Well, it would have been the 97 playoffs. So,
yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, Maddie's locked in. Murdog closing his pen.
Yeah, wait. I'm just trying to think. Is this Eastern Conference or Western Conference?
Eastern Conference semifinals.
But were they Eastern Conference back then? I don't know.
Of course they. Who? What?
All right, I got it. I have an answer. It's one of two teams.
All right, let's go. Let's get ready for that. Murdog, what is your answer?
But the Detroit Red Wings.
They were still in the West then. Rangers.
Maddie with the right answer.
Yes. If I remember right, that was when Tikkanen was scoring all these crazy ass overtime goals. But yeah.
Infrared guesses twice. Wrong. Both times. But I love you, Infrared. Love you. But New York Jets super fan gets a point. New York Rangers. And I want to point out, how humble am I that the only Devils question I put in here
impressive
is about them getting beaten by the Rangers.
I am desperately trying to. So speaking of that playoff series that year, that was the first year that teams started wearing third jerseys. And I have heard, and I cannot find any proof of this, that the Rangers got fined over and over again for wearing their third alternate Lady Liberty jerseys in the playoffs. People say it on the internet all the time. I can find zero proof of it. So if anybody knows anything or there's somewhere they can direct me, let me know.
Okay. So Maddie has control of the board. TV Fun or Movie Madness?
Let's go Movie Madness.
All right, here we go. Movie Madness. All right, here in the first question in Movie Madness is, this 1982 film features ticket scalper Mike Damone and girl shy Mark Ratner. Once again, folks, this 1982 film features ticket scalper Mike Damone and girl shy Mark Ratner. And I don't want anybody putting it in the comments yet. Just wait a second.
This is actually one of the last movies my mom watched. We watched it together.
Infrared says rigged. I guess he's on Murdog's side. I don't know.
Apparently, hater.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Absolutely rigged. Hockey, TV, and music. I'm fucked.
No, sorry. I didn't realize that was such a niche market.
It's pretty dialed in.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
like,
Murdog.
give me a break here.
Fast
Murdog,
Times at Ridgemont High.
It's absolutely
and
correct.
Maddie.
It is Fast Times at Ridgemont High, because if it's your time and it's my time, isn't it our time, Mr. Hand?
Mama's all right. Dad is all right. Damone is such a scumbag.
I love him. He's such a shit
Such a
sipper.
scumbag.
Oh, such a scumbag.
I'm
hated
just
him.
sitting here going, I'd pay $20 to see Van Halen right fucking now. Let's go. Those kids
I
are
hated
bitches.
him so much because of he banged the guy's sister, and then you pointed out to me that she was actually a hooker in the movie.
She was not a hooker. Stacy
she
was
was.
not a hooker.
You
All I
told me
know-
about like 3 dudes she banged in one movie.
My favorite line of the whole movie is, Mister, if you don't get out of here, I'm gonna kick 100% of your ass.
This was not 100% the best breakfast I've ever had. Scott Foster gets a point. Michael Landau gets a point. Sharon comes in. Yes, Cheap Trick. Man, Sharon, she's just got to come in for the trip. Maybe she should be in this game next week.
Call in.
Yeah, she needs to set up and call in. No, sorry. That's a whole different category that I don't have prepared, New York Jets super fan.
See, that's a category I could do well in.
Oh, good. Then you should be proud. Your
Yes.
girlfriend will love that. Who has control of the board? Maddie.
I do. Keep going with movie on this.
All right. Second question. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 more questions. Murdoch, I don't see unless
No, it's 2 more questions. It's over.
yeah,
You only gave me half a point.
yeah. Right now, Murdoch is in with 2.5 points, and Maddie has 5. Should we do
Right.
3 more questions
Sure.
so that if Maddie gets them all wrong and you get them all right? Otherwise, Maddie wins. Like I can't go any further than that.
Let's go one for
No,
all
we're
the
gonna-
moves.
No, that's not how it works. 3 more questions. As if Maddie gets one of them right, it's over. But we'll do at least 2. We'll do at least 2, but 3 if it comes down to that last one. Maddie picked a movie madness. Here we go. Heather, Josh, and Mike filmed this footage, but it was lost for years before the mysterious footage was finally found.
Got it.
And here we go. Heather, Josh, and Mike filmed this footage, but it was lost for years before the mysterious footage was finally found. Maddie is too good this week. Last week, Murdoch was
Last
too
week
good.
I was definitely taking him on the chin. It's a bounce back week.
All right, it looks like we're all clocked in here. All right, Murdoch, let's see what you can do here. What do you got?
This is when you call into my channel, you're usually redoing this film, Blair Witch Project.
And Maddie.
Blair Witch Project. You
All
kicked
right,
the
well, that-
fucking map into the river?
That does kind of put it out of reach for Murdoch, but we will do one final question. Maddie, TV fun or movie madness?
Let's close out movie madness.
Well, there's 2 questions left in movie madness.
Keep them going.
All right, here we go. This is the last question, folks. Then we're going to hit our intermission report and have some fun. Here we go. Last question of the night, movie madness. These are Rocky Balboa's final opponents in the first 5 Rocky movies. I want all 5. These are the first 5. These are Rocky Balboa's final opponents in the first 5 Rocky films. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want them in order, too.
Got it.
Maddie is locked in. I feel like both of them are going to get this one. If you want
Yeah,
my
I have no
professional
doubt
opinion,
Murdoch knows this.
I don't know.
just think of Rocky 1, write it. Rocky
No, I'm
2,
thinking,
write it.
no, I got.
And
I'm
I only
thinking
want
of-
the final match. The final match of each of them. All right. Murdoch's still thinking.
Well, I got 4. Hold on. It's
These
3
are
that's
sanctioned
it's 3.
matches, right?
It's 3 that's getting me.
I want the final match, the final fight that Rocky has, his final opponent in every Rocky movie 1 through 5. The final person he fights in every single movie.
I know the 3rd movie.
Yeah, there's a question on the 3rd movie.
There is not a question in the 3rd movie. Okay. I see what you're saying.
You see where
Okay,
we're going with this?
not-
Murdoch and I are on the same page.
How about this? With an audience.
Okay. Sanctioned.
No, not
match,
sanctioned.
match.
No.
Well, okay, but
With people
you know
around
what we're
watching.
saying. Okay.
With people around watching.
Then I'm good to go.
All right.
God damn it! I might be getting this confused. Then, fuck it. I'll try this one. I'm gonna redo this. The 2 and 3.
Killing us.
Okay.
Okay, Murdoch.
I might be totally fucking up this whole thing though.
Who do you have, Murdoch? In order.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm taking a shot here because I'm confused on 2 and 3 now. All right, I got Apollo Creed 1 and 2, Clubber Lang 3, Drago 4, Tommy Morrison 5.
Well, you are right.
No.
You are right, but unfortunately, you didn't get
Apollo,
the last name.
Cloverlang, even Drago, and Tommy Gunn.
Tommy
Tommy
Gunn.
Morrison is the actor.
Wait, the rest is get the fuck out of it. Tommy Morrison was the real boxer who was in it.
That's great. You know what? You don't get points for fucking.
All right,
you don't get points for Mr. D.
You're just to fuck me over.
You know, you got it wrong, asshole.
Jeopardy wouldn't have accepted that.
Here, fucking
No,
take the fucking crown.
It wasn't
Ladies
Carl
and
Weathers,
gentlemen,
Carl Weathers,
Just
Mr.
rigged.
D.
Your winner and new Midnight Mike Show Trivia Champion till next Saturday, Maddie the Machine Gun.
The machine.
Bunch of
I'm more
liberal
like
Democrats running
machine
this
from
shit.
8mm.
And I am very impressed that the young one here, Jack Talks Jets, Creed, Lang, Drago, Gun.
I said Tommy Morrison, and they wouldn't even give me.
Now, I wouldn't give it to New York Jets superfan either because he started with Ivan Drago, then put Club to Lang, two
What is
times
this, the
Apollo
fucking-
Creed.
Was this the
Steve-
2020 election? This guy was killed.
It's rigged. It's
Rigged
rigged.
against my dog. It's okay.
Look at that treason
All right,
against.
next
the
week
king.
he'll probably blow me out of the water.
What?
I
am
mean, like
too,
last
Jack.
week, I couldn't fucking get one right to save my life. He could have been like, "Where does the sun rise?" I'd have been like, "North."
So we're doing baseball and wrestling next week.
If we do wrestling, you
I
can
can't.
just
I
fucking
can't.
have
I
it.
can't do wrestling, but I can do. I mean, I can do baseball. Baseball can be a category next week.
Yeah.
I could do tri-state baseball. Although
You'll
there's
probably
really
kill
only,
me on that, Murdoch.
there's really
You're
only
way more of a
two
baseball
teams.
person.
My baseball is your hockey. I
Yeah.
love hockey, but I'm not knowledgeable.
No, I mean I love baseball,
Whatsoever.
and I'll get like 1 or 2 out of 5. But
I just
All
want to
right.
point out. I want to point out to Jack that I was a huge Rocky fan growing up. Like, just I loved it. Then I went and lived in Philadelphia for 11 years and went to literally every filming location you could possibly go to in those 11 years, and got to see Rocky. And once I call him Rocky because when he's on the street in Philadelphia, no one calls him Sylvester Stallone or Sly. Everyone's like, "Yo, Rock,
you
Rock,
rock.
come take a picture with me, Rock. Give me an autograph, Rock." They treat him as if he's a real boxer, and I respect that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. All right, guys, it is time to get to the intermission report. That was a great trivia section there. Let's do it. It's time for Mike and Maddie's top 5. Of course, let's hit that soundbite because it's awesome.
Mike and Maddie's to the top 5.
And what is that to all you new listeners? We need you to just put top 5s in the comment section. Anything. We want it to be generic so that you guys in the comments can play along. And it's easy for me, Maddie, and Murdoch to just, rattle them off and come up with our answers quickly. But start putting them in the comments section. Any top 5. And if not, I have 1 or 2 on the back burner that people have asked in other weeks. So we're prepared for that. Anyway, this is the Midnight Mike Show. It's time to hit the intermission report.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat.
All right. Let's get into the chat, see what you guys are saying. Jack, we've done something very similar. I appreciate the enthusiasm. Where is Rocky's apartment? 1818 Tuscaloosa Drive. I believe it's Drive. It could be Road, but it's 1818 Tuscaloosa something. Street, Drive. I think it's Drive. But some of these, by the way, some of these filming locations are not in the greatest neighborhoods. So look it up before you go.
Yeah.
You're 15. Give it some time.
Wait till you get your concealed carry before you go.
Yeah, that's not really going to work much in Philadelphia. Top 5 Super Bowl snacks. Yeah, we've kind of done stuff like that. Is this true, Red? Sylvester Stallone is a New York Jet fan? I mean, I know like Ray Romano is, I know Ralph Macchio is, I know Adam Sandler is, but I didn't know Sly. Sly is like my favorite actor of all time. Like, I love anything he does. Top 5 players the Jets should have drafted. Well, that's loose. That's loose. Yeah, Sly is a great actor. Sly's fucking amazing.
There you go.
Miguel Padilla, top 5 fictional movie characters you'd get drunk with. Ooh, I could probably pull that one off.
I don't
Everyone.
like that one.
Yeah, I kind of like that one. Scott,
I'm not that picky about who I get drunk with.
We've done this one. But top 5 famous movie goes. Jack, top 5 Jets uniforms of all time. On my channel, go to my videos, scroll down, you'll see
done that one.
No, I actually did a whole video on just my top 5 Jets uniforms of all time. All right, you know what? Top 5 women that Stallone smashed. Brigitte Nielsen. I know he banged and married her. And she used to be extremely attractive. Like no one.
I didn't think so. Not at all.
What do you mean not at all?
Not at all. I did not agree.
You don't think that as a Drago's wife that she was hot?
Not really. No.
You're fucking insane.
Guy doesn't like Big Lebowski either, so they fuck with him.
Well, that's the funny thing. As soon as I saw this, top 5 movies you want to get drunk with, Big Lebowski popped in my head almost.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, let's do this one. Miguel Padilla deserves it. Guys, hit those thumbs up. Keep it going tonight. You guys have done great. Hit the thumbs up. Let people know that we are live. Hit that. Who did someone just fucking rip ass?
No, my dog is over here having a religious experience and growling like a fucking maniac.
I think you ripped ass and you're blaming it on your dog.
If you think I can rip ass that fucking loud, I'm impressed at how much credit you give me.
Oh, okay. So we're going to do top 5 fictional movie characters that you would like to get drunk with. So I'm going to start writing.
I don't even know where to start.
I got 2.
Try it.
Let's see here. Fuck. I forget his name. And why am I forgetting his name? I remember everyone else's name. I got it.
I don't even know.
My problem is going to be just putting them in order. Yes, Arrow, I hear you. So does everyone else.
And guys, I want yours in the comment section too. Give me your top 5 movie characters that you'd like to get drunk with. It would just be, it's just, have some fun with it. And then also I could probably rip some off of you guys because I've got like 4.
I'm actually going to abstain from Lebowski characters just because it's too easy.
I didn't. I had to put 1 in. And Brigitte had that body back then, but her face was never great. What are you talking about? First off, she had the body and the face back then, but then as she got older and she became just a drunken mess, maybe she should be on this list. She became this drunken mess and started like dating Flavor Flav. She was just, that was gross. That definitely sounded like someone shit their pants.
Yeah, no, it's my boxer over here who's just fucking. She's gotten more vocal since. They go. Oh, the hellhounds. Let's see, who's my last one? I got 4. I'm trying to. I want them all to be good.
I got 4 solid. I feel like 4 solid ones.
Yeah, so do I.
But there's definitely got to be more. I got 5.
All right, I think I know who I have.
The funny thing is, my 5 automatically rocketed to number 1. So that's 1, 2, 3.
All right, I got my 5.
Yeah, I got my 5.
I'm not doing any honorable mentions.
I don't want to keep thinking, so that's why I'm going to end that right there. New York Jets superfan says he'd like to get drunk with Iron Man Robert Downey Jr.
Iron Man is a drinker.
I'd like to smoke a cigarette with Morton Downey Jr. Remember his show? What was that?
I love Morton Downey Jr.
What was the show he did? It was
Morton Downey Jr. show.
Yeah, Channel 9.
Yeah,
no, but
he was on Tales from the Crypt for an episode too.
Selma Hayek looks like a great drunk buddy to chill with. I see. I didn't put any women on my list because when you talk about Selma Hayek, if I'm getting drunk with Selma Hayek, all I'm thinking about is how do I, work my magic.
I have a woman on my list. I'm actually quite pleased that I'm liberated like that. All right, I'm ready. You guys ready?
I'm ready. I'm waiting on Murdog. When the time comes, Bruce Wayne, I'll convince him to turn me into Batman for the night. Anakin Skywalker, Deadpool, Paulie, and Ace Ventura. One of those people is on my list.
Okay. All right, I got it.
All right, Murdog, what's your number 5?
Jack, you're no longer my Robin.
Wolverine.
All right, Wolverine. Maddie, what's your number 5?
Ted Stryker from Airplane.
Oh, there you go.
You know you'd have a good time with Ted.
My number 5, I had to pick between the two Corys, and I love Feldman more, but I think Haim, Corey Haim, would be an awesome person to get drunk with. I mean, he's dead now.
Yeah, but he's not a movie character.
Fine, Corey Haim in The Lost Boys.
Thank you.
No, Corey Haim in License to Drive.
There you go.
There you go.
How'd you blow it with Heather Graham almost, asshole?
Murdog, your number 4.
Deadpool.
Now, see, I feel like I'd pick Deadpool over Wolverine.
I don't have any real people for this.
I'd pick Deadpool over Wolverine. Definitely.
Just so you guys know, all my characters are superhero characters.
Yeah, we had a few of those in here. Don't worry. Maddie, your number 4.
My number 4 is David Mills, aka Brad Pitt from Seven.
Nice. My number 4 that someone had who I put up their thing. I think it was Jack Talks Jets. I hope he's talking about this. Oh, yeah, because he's a huge fan. Number 4, Paulie from Rocky. A lot of my picks are people who are just drunkards, and I'd love to hang out with them drunk and see what they get into. So
Paulie's best line ever is "Take her to the zoo. Retards love you."
No, that wasn't Paulie. That was
it was the mobsters.
Yeah, those was the mobsters like Driver.
Yeah.
But no, when he was drunk, he took the turkey and just threw it out into the alleyway.
You know he had sex with that robot somehow.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't think of that one.
Yeah,
Jack Sparrow would be a good one. Robert Shaw and Jaws, Chris Farley, anyone from Judas Priest. Not movie characters, but we'll accept that. Okay, so I have my number 5, my number 4. Murdog, your number 3, superhero?
All right, I'll just go at the top of the head since you guys might not like my superhero theme. How about Nicolas Cage leaving Las Vegas?
All right, I'll take that.
I'll take that. Have to train for that one.
Maddie, your number 3?
Ellen Ripley from Alien.
Really?
That's an interesting one.
Ripley could fucking throw down, dude. I guarantee you drink with Ripley, you're having a hell of a night.
My number 3 is my Big Lebowski pick, Walter Sobchak. Once again, he's like a Paulie pick. I want to see what will happen.
Yeah, that's a morbid curiosity pick.
Exactly. Otis from Mayberry. Tommy Callahan from Tommy Boy. A lot of Chris Farley's in here. That's good. Let's show respect for the Chris Farley. Rest in peace.
I like it.
Murdog, who do you got at your number 2?
Tommy Callahan.
Oh, there you go.
That's good.
And Maddie, your number 2?
Rooster Cogburn from True Grit.
I haven't seen that in so long.
I go with the Coen Brothers 2010 version, by the way.
Interesting.
Far superior.
My number 2 is Mr. Leahy from Trailer Park Boys. Once
Nice
again,
one.
another pick on a guy that I just want to see what happens.
Randy.
So with
I am the alcohol.
I am the liquor.
Liquor, that's right.
No, but I with Paulie, Mr. Leahy, and Walter Sobchak, it's all like I will drink, but I want to stand back and just see what's going on. Like I just want to enjoy a night.
I want to be the sidekick to that nightmare.
And finally, our number 1 movie characters that we would want to get drunk with. Murdog, who do you got?
Well, I saw a good one in the chat I totally forgot about. Shit. Who could I go with? Hannibal Lecter.
That might be dangerous, Murdog.
I know, but I'd be so interested to find out. Like, he'd start talking once he got drunk, and I'd want to know everything.
That would be a good one.
Well, then maybe Jodie Foster should have just gotten him drunk so that he talked more and just like let it out. She had to sit through all that bullshit when in reality all she had to do was give him a couple shots of like Jack.
Give him a nice Chianti.
That'd be great. It'd be to see him in that state to be like, well, okay.
Maddie,
And
you're
I got
number
Matt
one.
Hooper from Jaws.
Nice drunk sailor.
Yeah,
Isn't there a
drunken
song
Richard
that's like a
Dreyfuss.
drunken sailor? Like, isn't there a song?
That'd be my guy.
Oh man, I forgot.
Chris, you just nailed my final one because my number one is the cast of The Hangover, but with Mike Tyson. Like, I would love to have a night like that. At that movie, when you get to the end and they start showing those pictures and you see what they went through in their night, I want a night like that. But I want Mike Tyson involved. But also, I am upset that I forgot to mention like these guys, old school, Frank the Tank.
Frank the fucking Miguelito. Oh man, if I would have saw that earlier, I would have put that one in.
That was good. Bad Santa, Kicker from The Replacements.
We're going streaking.
Mike, you've never had a night like that. I've never had a night like that where in the morning I couldn't remember it. I've had crazy nights, but I remember it all. I want a night where I'm blackout, and the next day the only way I remember is through pictures. Bam. That would be a great time.
Yeah, it sounds good. It's not really that good.
Oh, okay. Michael and The Hangover, completely forgot about them.
Yeah. See, that's the problem with the list is that you got to get it on the fly and you have no idea.
Well, that's what's fun is it makes it fun to interact with everybody.
Yeah, because they're never finalists. You know, if we were to do any of these where we'd
have to put out a book.
The chat has a good way of reminding us, like, oh shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah, exactly. How did I miss that one?
That one mall Santa from Christmas Story, drunk would be hilarious. He could have been during that scene based on how he was. That's true. That's true. Also the fake Santa from Home Alone who's like smoking and Kevin comes up to him and he's like trying to get I bet that guy was going to get drunk. I'm willing to bet on that one. But anyway,
with the pigeon lady from part 2,
who was also the mom from Angels in the Outfield, and what a great movie. But anyway, okay, that's it. We're about to take your calls, folks. We want you calling in. We're going to talk New York Jets, all that stuff. Hit the like button if you have not. I will be very disappointed because we've been over 50 people here, and there better be 50 likes because that's what I expect from you guys. You come in, the least you could do, hit that thumbs up. It really does help. But that's it here from the Intermission Report. When we get back, we take your calls.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat.
All right. Now it's time to have some fun. Well, we've been having fun all night. Are you kidding me? It's the Midnight Mike Show. It's Saturday night. That's what we do. But now we're going to have fun with you guys who call in because I'm about to post it in the chat.
I'm sticking around for one call in, but I have got to go to work tonight. So
the link is in the chat, folks. Please give us a call, and I will take your calls as they come in. I'm very interested. If you guys want to give us your top movie characters you want to get drunk with, do it. If you want to give us comments on the trivia, do it. If you want to talk about Tyrod potentially being our starting quarterback, do it. And if you want to talk about Aaron Rodgers potentially making us look stupid, then do it. Okay, Johnny boy, read the room. It's only Murdoch. John Cena turned heel. Let's go. I might actually, if that highlight is up on YouTube, I might actually look at that. He should, but once again, that's like 10 years too late. 10 years too late. All right. We haven't talked to him in a little while. We got some people entering the chat here. I'm very excited about that. We haven't talked to him in a while. Excited to have him back on the Midnight Mike Show. He's going to explain to us why Aaron Rodgers is not with the Jets anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricky and why. How you doing tonight?
Hey, how you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great.
You know, I'd almost moved on from my Aaron Rodgers take. I wasn't going to bring it up, but since you brought it up, the reason that Aaron Rodgers is not on the Jets anymore is, bottom line, they just did not trust him, period. They didn't trust him to not force the ball to his best buddy. They didn't trust him to not go on TV and throw teammates under the bus. And they did not trust him to truly run the offense without changing the plays. And there was a show that I was watching the other day, and they were talking about like how Tipman is better out in space and not in a phone booth, like how the power running scheme didn't really fit them. And somebody had said, like, well, our run game just really wasn't that good last year. And the guy said, well, there were running plays that were called that probably would have worked, but the play got changed at the line. And so bottom line, I mean, and listen, a lot of the circus that follows Rodgers isn't of his own doing, but intentional or not, it's still there. And, you know, if you're trying to build a culture and shape a team with a lot of young guys, I mean, you can't have a rock star guy, aging rock star guy around there that it's all about him. And whether he wants it to be or not, it kind of is. And so I think the main reason he's not there is, like I said, they just didn't trust him to really buy into the program.
You know what? You say it and it clicks. I don't know if necessarily the first thing I forget what the first thing you said, but as soon as you brought up them not trusting him to go on to Pat McAfee or anywhere else and say some shit that they're not necessarily approving of, that makes total sense.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, that's why I think they said it. They're like, you're done doing that show.
But
Right.
but they didn't say that.
I think they did.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think they maybe said it that specifically. I think
Maybe
they
not
might have
that
just
way, but
said,
it was
like,
definitely implied. Like we're kind of tired of you just going and saying, you know, we need to keep our dirty laundry in house.
Yeah, exactly. I think they said, you know, we want to keep team matters in house and not air things out in the media. And I don't know. I mean, at first I was like, you know, yeah, maybe he gives us our best chance to win this year, but I don't think he was taking us all the way. And you know, if we're really going to start over, why put it off for another year? And the more I thought,
Ricky, I don't know if you've seen, but I'm completely on board with that. Like, it's like when Quinnen put out that tweet, the first thing I said was, like, on my show was, Quinnen, do you really want to just have another season where our ceiling is 9-8 maybe, or we just make the playoffs and lose in the first round? Just get it restarted now. Otherwise, if we bring Rodgers and Devontae back next season, we're in this exact same spot.
Yep.
Right. Exactly. And the thing is I see all kinds of people going, oh, watch, Rodgers is going to go someplace else next year and play great. And I'm like, yeah, for what, 4 or 5 games until he gets hurt? Like,
yeah.
Everybody keeps saying, like, Tyrod's not going to make it through a whole season without getting hurt. Well, Rodgers hasn't made it through a season in the last 3 years without being banged up. And, you know, I far be it from me to put the guy's age against him. But, I mean, you know, guys break down at a certain age, and I think that's where we're at. And the thing with the changing the plays is, like, you know what? When you were prime Aaron Rodgers, that might have worked. But now with your physical abilities starting to fade, I think you're using that as a crutch, and you're doing it too much. Because guess what? Running that antiquated offense that you're used to running, you're not confusing any defenses. All you're doing is confusing our young players when you're changing the play that much. So, I mean, it's hard to say there's better options out there, but at the same time, I think it was the right move.
Oh yeah, I mean, in the long run, it's the right move. It is what it is. We either start rebuilding this year or we start rebuilding next year, and I don't see us.
Wait.
Yeah, I don't see getting to the playoffs and losing in the first round. Like, big whoop. Like, you know, like the Dolphins do that. I don't give a shit about that. I want to build a team where we can win playoff games. That's not happening with Aaron Rodgers. And DB94 comes in, not only a channel member, but also a channel moderator, comes in and says, it makes sense to get rid of the player with the most control if you want to have your own team culture. And that completely makes sense, DB. Aaron Glenn wants to start from scratch and be the boss. And with Aaron Rodgers there, it's hard to do that.
Yeah, you don't
absolutely.
need that power struggle.
Yeah, and like when I was a kid, they used to always say, don't put off till tomorrow what you can do today. And that's, I think, what Aaron Glenn did.
I think a lot of it had to deal with Garrett Wilson.
I do too.
I think,
that too.
He's the one guy on the team that's not signed for, like, in the future. Like, Quinnen just signed a deal, right? So he's here.
Yeah.
Right. Garrett's coming up, and all the meltdowns he had, I think they wanted to appease him because he's going to be the one that they want to retain most. And he might have had a conversation. Like I said, when I went to the Jacksonville game, I saw it right in front of my face. He did it other times. I think it was more about him. He's the one you got to bring back out of all those young guys. He's the player you can't replace.
Yeah.
We have, even let's just say Brees had a problem with him. I'm making this up. But you got Braylon Allen, and you can pick up a running back anywhere.
Yeah.
With a good offense.
Cannot replace Garrett Wilson.
You can't just replace Garrett Wilson with somebody comparable or better.
Agreed.
That's less rare. So you got a young budding superstar wide receiver. You're making him happy. And he was clearly and visibly not happy with Aaron over targeting Devontae. And I think this was purely for harmony in the locker room, because although Devontae and Aaron I still think could be very good, for one more year, then they're both gone?
And then you got a pissed off guy who wants to leave too.
That doesn't want to return because you didn't side with it. That's how I think this.
Yeah.
I think this
all right, I've got to go, boys. I got to get ready for work. So good night, gentlemen. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
I will see you Tuesday night. Deuces, gooses.
Have a good one. It's good to have Maddie back regularly on the show, isn't it, folks? Everything feels complete when me and Maddie and Murdog can kind of work all together and work off each other. But I got a bunch of people waiting. I want to get to everybody. Ricky, the last thing I need to know from you is what's with Jordan Travis? I haven't heard anything from him. I was getting excited about him, and now I don't even know if we can count on him to be one of our backups.
You know what? The news about him has been so non-existent, and I understand it from the last regime. I was hoping that Glenn would give us, more open information about it. But I mean, he hasn't even really met with the players in person, I don't think yet. So I'm hoping as things progress, we'll get some more definitive news. But I really hope that he can get back healthy and come back and contribute something. But I've been reaching out to people, and man, that's like one of the best kept secrets there is. Like even my family in Tallahassee, I got a sister-in-law and a brother that both work at Florida State, and like nobody can tell me anything. Like they're whatever it is, they're keeping it under wraps for whatever reason. I had heard that the setback he had was from like a second surgery to remove some pins and stuff. He got like a post-surgical infection, got real sick, lost a bunch of weight, couldn't really compete because of that. But, other than that, I mean, I just really haven't heard anything.
Well, that would track with what Clancy's saying. He said Travis just began to walk again. So if he had to have a second surgery and all this other shit, that would make sense that he's just starting to kind of get on his feet now.
Right. And I got to say, this top 5 that you just did was probably one of the hardest ones I think I've ever had to do since I've been on your show, because it wasn't like what actor would you like to get drunk with. It's what character from the movie you would like to get drunk with. And it was tough. Like, I was sitting there filling it out.
Ricky got a top 100 list.
But I'm going to give you, I don't drink anymore, but I certainly remember the days that I used to drink. And unlike you, Mike, I did have some blackout nights where I didn't remember anything. Like where was I?
Did you wake up with a digital camera that you could see all your antics the next morning?
No, but you know what? I was at a tattoo convention down in South Beach in Miami, and I ran into some friends of mine from Philly, and I was just talking like, what conventions are you guys doing next, and this and that. And he was like, well, we did the one in Philadelphia. And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I went to that one too. I should have caught up with you. And they all looked at me and they were like, dude, you were in our hotel room for like 3 hours. You were insane. We've got video of it. And I was like, oh shit. Like, cause I don't remember anything like at all.
I don't have any information, Ricky. You never told me, but I always when I think of you, I vision traveling the country with rock bands and just pillaging every city you go to. That's how I look at you. Is that true?
That sounds pretty accurate. Now The last like tour that I did, the Motley Crue tour that I did, I wasn't drinking then, so I was a little bit better behaved, I would say, on that one. But yeah, you probably have a pretty accurate picture of it.
You probably have 45 children across this country you don't know about.
All right, real quick.
Maybe.
I got Jack on deck, I got Mets on deck, and I got Lane on deck. Ricky,
Yeah,
give me your list.
Yeah. Here's my top 5. Number 5 is Brad Pitt's best movie, California with a K, Early Grace. I would probably get drunk with. Number 4, Doc Holliday from Tombstone.
Nice. Oh God, yeah. Any of the guys who used to hang out in the Old West in Tombstone and stuff, like that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely. Number 3 is kind of like a tie between Charlize Theron and The Italian Job and Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow, just because I'd like to see if I could get drunk, either of them drunk enough to go home with me.
That's the problem I have. If I picked a woman, I feel like that's what I'd be looking at the whole time.
Yes,
I had
exactly.
Wonder Woman on the list and I took her off.
Now, number 2, Mrs. Doubtfire, because I want to see if any of my buddies get drunk enough to take her home.
Fair enough. I like that one. Fuck with your friends.
Yes, absolutely. And number 1 movie character I would like to get drunk with, Uncle Buck.
There you go. John Candy. Did we mention we had a lot of Chris Farley's, but not too many John Candys? I like that.
Yeah, John Candy was my wife's favorite. I love that guy. Everything he did was awesome. So he's got to be my number 1.
Awesome, Ricky. Ricky, dude, I am so happy to hear from you again. It's been too long. Once again, like I told Tommy, please feel free to call in anytime. And when Jordan Travis finally takes that field, I expect you to be in here just tooting your horn.
And by the way, Murdoch, you got to step up your shirt game, because this is not a Metallica shirt. It's a Godzilla shirt.
There you go.
It looks like the Metallica logo. But yeah, step up the shirt game, buddy.
Ricky, what house were you in? If you were in Hogwarts, what house would you have been? Everyone in the chat, tell us what house would you have chosen or been just placed in by the sword?
Oh, I probably would have been in Slytherin with all the.
Oh yeah, me and Ricky are going to be in Slytherin. There you go.
I could see that. All right, man, guys.
Wait, real quick, Ricky. Last thing, have you seen anything from the cover band called the Four Horsemen?
No.
Check them out. They're fucking incredible.
Awesome. Yes, yeah. I'll definitely check that out.
All right. Well, have a good night, man. Anytime, feel free to call in.
All right, man. Great to see you guys. Have a good night.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ricky. All right. This is, I believe it's his first time calling in. So I am excited to talk to him. Ladies and gentlemen, he has his own YouTube channel and it's called Jack Talks Jets. Jack, how you doing tonight?
Good, Mike. How you doing? Murdoch, how you doing?
What's up, Jack?
Doing good.
So I have a couple questions to ask you, right? Out of the 4 rookies that we drafted in 2022 with Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, and Jermaine Johnson, what are your thoughts on having Breece Hall probably being the least expected to sign an extension with the Jets? Because that's what I think so far. I don't think he'll sign a second contract.
No, I agree. Well, running backs don't have the careers they used to have. Mm-hmm. And also, and now last season was dicey with Sauce. But I'm definitely 100% willing to keep Jermaine. I love Garrett. And Breece is great. But once again, how many times did he fumble the ball last year?
Right. But I also feel like fumbling. The thing is, right, every player is different. But I feel like, especially for the positions he's at, if he gets the good coaches, I feel like that could be a coach thing that can really be put together with coaching. I feel like they can really fix that issue in the offseason. If not, though, I don't really expect the Jets to sign him to a long-term deal or at least a second contract, because I feel like you said, the other 3 rookies I feel like are more important. I love Jermaine's energy and his play style. Unfortunately, that Achilles injury could set him back in the upcoming year. Maybe we'll have to be patient with him. Garrett Wilson, another playmaker for us. I don't expect him leaving the Jets anytime soon. He even shut it down. He shut down the rumors that he wanted to leave. He shut it down.
Yep.
No, he wants $30 million a year. I would be willing to pay that for him, even though if it's a little expensive. The receiver market's getting really high in the near future. I'd be willing to pay Garrett Wilson as long as he stays our wide receiver 1 for the long term, and Sauce Gardner. I get Gardner had had a down year last year, but one bad year can be turned into great years. I'm sure a lot of good NFL legends had at least one bad year.
They're gonna have to pay Garrett 30 no matter what, because the guys coming up this year are going to be topping 30. that are going to be signed. So we're going to be lucky, I feel like, to get him at 29 or 30 a year.
And we should jump on it now.
Oh yeah, because it's
That's
only
what
going
I
to get
thought.
higher.
Right.
It's only going to get higher, and the salary cap gets more, and then they want more of a piece of it. But I agree, Jack. Brees is. I love Brees, but he does fumble. He does drop passes. Can't blame everything on him because you got to look at the offensive line. Doesn't matter if Barry Sanders was running behind the Jets' offensive line, he wouldn't be Barry Sanders, right?
Right.
So,
yeah. Right.
He's the most expendable. He's the most because he's the most replaceable.
Yeah.
You could find anybody. The running back is the one spot, like a kicker almost, that they pluck guys off the street, practice squads, throw them in a game. Yeah. You're not going to have an effective guy at the defensive end spot or cornerback. You can't do that.
Right.
So that's why Brees would be the least, or you just said, like, who could we get rid of most, or?
Yeah, like who really, out of the 4 rookies, since it's doubtful that would be able to afford every single one of them, right? I feel like Brees is probably the most likely to not sign another deal.
Yeah, because he's the most replaceable. That's really the crux of it.
And Mike, I have a question for you. I know you saw my chat, but like, if you had to redo your top 5 list, where would Captain Jack Sparrow be if you did have to redo that?
I don't know. I don't know. Let me look at my list again. Hold on, real quick. I'll open it up. Let me just see what I got here. Number 4, number 5. I could put him over Corey Haim.
Yeah,
I could put him at number 4, maybe even over Paulie, because Paulie would be fun to watch ruin things and watch be an asshole. But
especially Rocky One Paulie, One Paulie, yeah.
But Jack Sparrow would be a fun guy. Like it would be just fun.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He do like stupid stuff and stuff, which I feel like would make it funny, you know. And
Paulie would end up getting beat up.
Yeah. Of course. He'd get, especially
and then you'd have to go in and fight with him because you went to the bar with him.
No, I ain't fighting for him. I'd be beating his ass.
Nah, if you walk into a bar with someone or into a place with someone and get drunk, it's kind of expected that if they throw down, you got to throw down with them, and that's why you have to be selective over who you go to bars with.
I've had friends that are Paulie that would get drunk and start fights and expect us to fight them for them.
No, I have too, and I stopped going to bars with that guy. Like I just stopped. But
Murdoch, are you a wrestling fan, or is that Maddie? Or is that either?
No, Maddie is not. It's Murdoch.
Right. And Murdoch, did you watch Elimination Chamber tonight?
No, because Mike would have cried if I watched. If I did a wrestling stream,
did you hear that?
And I wasn't here for the Midnight Mike show at 9:00 sharp. I would have yelled at.
Did you hear that scene that finally turned heel tonight?
Yeah, I saw it in the chat. That's crazy. I mean, I'm going to watch it when we.
I said it was 10 years too late.
Yeah, I feel like it should have been in his ruthless aggression era. I feel like that would have been a perfect time for him.
Well, not ruthless aggression era is when he started.
Well, like late, like maybe like 2009.
He was a heel in the beginning as the Doctor of Thugonomics.
You know.
Yeah, they were rooting for him, but
he was a likable heel as the Doctor.
He was a likable heel. He was a likable heel.
Yeah, but he wasn't a heel.
He was supposed, like, they portrayed his character as a bad guy. So
that's dicey, man.
Comedic.
You even watch wrestling back then, Mike?
I guess I watched wrestling from about 1983 to about 2016.
Okay, when he was Doctor of Thugonomics, they introduced him in a heel manner.
Correct.
Maybe it didn't take.
Not only did it
he was
not
making
take,
people laugh with the raps.
Yes.
Right. So they tried to make him heel, and it kind of went the other way. And we've been asking him to turn him heel because he's gotten so stale for the last 15 years.
It's too late, though.
It's too late, right?
Yeah, it's too late.
But you know what? It's the only way to give him his record-breaking title because cheating is like the way he's going to have to get it. You know what I mean?
Mets. This was spoiled in the chat the second it happened. I think Johnny Boy was the first one to put it in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is what it is. I'll watch it.
All right. Well, thank you, Mike, so much for having me on. I look forward to calling in more.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime, Jack. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
All right. Great calls tonight. Great calls tonight. Now we have two of our regulars to end out the show. I'm really excited about this one. And once again, he just told us not to spoil it, but unfortunately it was spoiled well before, like probably while the Elimination Chamber was going on. Let's bring in Mets 2128.
Meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life because the Mets are
All right, Mets, what do you got from Elimination Chamber?
Well, everyone else just fucking spoiled it. Cena selling his soul to the devil.
Who's the devil?
The Rock.
I said Randy. What? The devil. Who? Where's that from?
Little Nicky.
No, it's from Harold and Kumar.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's it. You wanted to come in and tell us that Cena sold his soul to The Rock.
More or less, but everyone else spoiled it. That Jay Cargill came back, attacked Naomi, which now points the finger of blame at Naomi and not living Raquel.
I called that one.
I thought it was Bailey because Bailey was the one left out of the team at Survivor Series.
Well, I didn't see it yet, so.
Well, I'm just saying, I thought it was Bailey who was the culprit, not Naomi.
Why would you think Bailey was the culprit?
Because the original Survivor Series War Games team was Rhea, Jay, Naomi, Bianca, and Io. Why would Naomi have any reason to take Jade out if they were on the team anyway? I thought that was more of the motive for Bailey, not Naomi.
No, well, because if you take out Jade, then Naomi can get with Bianca to be tag team champions, which they were. She wanted to take Jade's spot with Bianca.
Oh. Well, again, I always thought it was Bailey who was the culprit, not Naomi.
I'm sorry, guys. Just come on with the lateness. Now, this is probably, I assume this is a joke, but I appreciate the super chats, guys. If you want to super chat, give some channel memberships tonight. I would really appreciate it because it's the start of the month. But I usually wait till the end of the month to really make a push. But we're doing great tonight. It's a great show tonight. Let's hit that Jets chant. Jets. John Radcliffe comes in with $2, and I don't know if you know this, Mets, but John Cena turned heel.
I already know. I watched the damn thing.
I don't think you did.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I have a live stream that just finished a few minutes ago.
I think you were waiting for John to come in and tell you.
Check my damn feed, Mike.
All right. I don't know if I believe you. You know why I had to bring in? You know why I had to bring in Jack before you? Because I was afraid that he's only 15. I was afraid you were going to grab him and toss him somewhere. Right. Like just get him right out of here.
He's so mad Cena turned heel that he's going to start attacking children.
Yeah. So anyone in the North Carolina, South Carolina area, please, Mets is pissed tonight. He's going to go on a rampage out in the streets. Keep your kids inside. Keep your dogs and cats inside. He is not happy that Cena sold his soul to the devil, who is The Rock.
Right.
Dwayne Johnson.
Hide the women and children.
One last fucking title run. I get it. If he's not going to get it through fair method, he's going to have to do it through foul. But like this, I mean, yes, it's a decade overdue that he finally turned heel. Yes, I really don't care that John's getting the title match at WrestleMania. I mean, it was originally planned for this. But still, like this isn't the way I wanted to do
I feel like if they would have turned John Cena heel, like maybe a good time to turn him heel would have been like a week or so after ECW One Night Stand, the first one, when the whole crowd got on him and immediately was just
the second one.
Was it? Oh yeah, you're right, because the first one was just ECW guys. The second one was when they started was like half WWE guys.
Well, there's two spots where they could have done it, Mike. ECW after the Rob Van Dam loss.
Yeah,
that's the one you're talking about.
Yep.
And the second one was with the pipe bomb with CM Punk.
Yeah, and I feel like had they done it back then, he would have had a successful heel run like The Rock had when they went from Rocky Maivia to Nation Rock. Like
they
Rock,
could easily use that.
But now it's just too late.
They could have justified it with the fan, even though Punk was sort of the heel in that pipe bomb situation. they could have used that to flip flop spots because the fans were loving CM Punk, what he was doing, and Cena was just like, oh, he never loses. It was the Roman Reigns treatment, right?
Yeah.
He never loses. It's the same corny shit. The 5 moves of doom is, the jorts. It was just, all right, it ran its course. It's getting corny. It's, it's the same pandering to the crowd. He's the worst
if
at it, by the
anything,
way.
I would have thought it was going to be Cody. If Cena had won, I said Cody was going to say yes to the deal, not no.
No way he says yes to the deal.
Mets, can you answer DB's question?
Hornacek.
Wow. More than a small child. That's interesting.
But you never actually put hands on Hornacek. You put hands on children.
Well, I don't know if he's met him.
Yeah, but you think Mets would have found him, tracked his ass down.
Yeah,
The
that's
Mets
true.
don't ever step foot back in New York City.
No, that's true. Don't ever go to the Carolinas.
Hornacek, man.
No, he can't go to the Carolinas. He knows.
There's only 49 states safe for Jeff Hornacek.
I would say 48 because I think Mets would travel North or South Carolina. I think he that's his territory. You know how they had wrestling territories?
Yeah.
That's Mets territory. Like you don't infringe on that. It's like
Mets,
in Tulsa King. Yeah, you don't move in.
If you ran into Jeff Hornacek today, what would you do?
Bash him with brass knucks.
You would, huh?
Throw him into a garbage can. And then beat said can with a hockey stick.
Wow. On that note, Jesus Christ, that's serious tonight. Would you have done the same to the Jake Talks Jets?
That was Jack.
Jack, I'm sorry. Good for see, he remembers his name. That's scary.
That's because he's a potential target.
Yeah, I know. That's why he wrote it down. Like it's Steve Buscemi and Billy Madison.
Yeah. Cross him off the list.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
He added him onto the list.
Yeah. We love you so much, Mets. All right, Mets. I still got somebody waiting. I got Lane waiting. Do you have anything else you want to talk about Elimination Chamber or what? Or real quick, last question. There's rumors circulating about Aaron Rodgers to the Giants. Your thoughts?
No.
Flag.
No.
Wow. That would be great because I want to see another rant. He would definitely make a rant video if that happened.
Oh man, if A-Rod goes to the Giants, the first place I'm checking is Mets 2128 channel.
3 siblings. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
All right, Mets. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right.
Have a good night.
Hey, Mike, you know what I realized?
What?
My super hot girlfriend's watching the show. She's in the chat.
I was looking for her. I don't see her.
Should bring her in.
I'll bring her in if she calls in, but first we got one more caller before that's here first. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lane Train. How you doing, Lane?
Hey, hi. I just haven't called in a while.
And we missed
Why
you.
not, Lane? We miss you.
Been busy.
For what?
You're getting busy with a female, or you are busy?
No, I'm just been busy.
Okay.
On other shows mostly.
You're busy
And
with those hosts?
Jake show and stuff.
Jake show.
Yeah, I actually called in to him. I think he was away the other day.
He's at the combine, right? He usually is every year.
That's where I think he's been. Yeah.
He's at the combine in Indianapolis right now. Probably.
Right. So anyway, do you see the Jets getting maybe Dexter? What's his last name? From the Dexter Lawrence?
From the Giants? Is he a free agent?
Yeah, I mean, can they? I mean,
I think he signed a big deal, if I'm not mistaken, with the Giants. It would be great to pair him with Quinnen, that's for sure. But
yeah, I mean, yeah, and anyway, what about this? There's been some stuff. I mean, honestly, do you see the Giants possibly pulling on Aaron Rodgers to see him in a Giants uniform?
I look. I don't see why not. The only quarterback on their roster is DeVito, right?
Yeah, because they have to draft more players.
Yeah,
So
they need somebody. They need some veteran to come in and run that. Them going in, the Giants
this
going
was
into next
horrible.
season with Tommy DeVito is
I'm
worse
not
than us
upset,
going
just
in
that
with Tyrod Taylor by far.
I couldn't watch every game this year. I was just upset the way they played. I mean, the record was like 2-10. Like, honestly.
Hey,
So
hey,
see what
Lane,
happened.
Lane,
Yeah.
real quick. Miguel wants you to get the Jets chant, so I'm going to oblige.
Okay.
Jets, Jets, Jets. Lane gets the Jets chant from Miguel. He says, Jets chant for the Lane train. Let's effing go.
I'm also in that, like, the first round in the I think that's what Jake did, the round for round 1 of the most going up against 25.
What? What do you mean?
What?
Explain that to me again.
He has this like contest.
Okay.
Yeah, and like it's something that they are doing for, like, I think the first time they're doing.
And, so it's and you have something to do with the contest?
Yeah, it's like something really good. See who wins the second round, though.
Oh, you're talking about like an NCAA tournament thing?
Yes, that's what it is. Yeah,
right. And that's you're a 1 seed.
Yeah, the 1 seed.
I'm so lost right now.
Lane,
So
I think you're going to go far in that tournament.
So he's doing a March Madness bracket.
Yeah.
And how is Lane in there and not like Villanova or Georgetown or like what are we talking about here?
It has to do with whoever is in the coming up in the March Madness this month.
That's what I'm talking about. March
I'm in
Madness
the
is college
seed,
basketball.
and I'll get the most points for whoever wins in the first round.
Jake's bracket challenge.
Yeah. So what it sounds like is they took.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
People from his
it's
show
all callers
and ranked them like a bracket, and they'll
go
against each other.
Okay.
And Wayne,
I mean,
Wayne has a
something
1
good.
next to his name, so I assume he's a 1 seed.
Well, of course. Well, okay. So how many people are in this tournament? How many people are in overall?
You got Charles in it. You have We the People. You have a lot of other ones also.
I'd assume 64.
Yeah, Charles
Gorman is a 1 seed. Bobby is a 2 seed.
Bobby's a 2 seed.
Look, I'm going to be honest. Okay, there's 64. There's 64 people in this, which is oh boy. It is what it is. I'm not going to say anything more.
Oh,
I will say this. I will say this. I can already tell it's not. Here's why it's not exciting to me. 64 people. I'll tell you who one of the winners. I'll give you 4 people who it's going to end up being the winner. It's either going to be Lane Train, Bobby Midnite, Charles Gorman, or Gary. There you go. It's going to be one of those people. So when it gets down to the final 4. Call me and I'll watch that. And you know what? Since Lane called in, I'm throwing my support behind the Lane train.
I have to see the bracket, but I think Lane's going to go far.
So, anyway, what is my favorite Christmas movie? You forgot to ask me. Would have to be Home Alone.
It's March.
Home Alone 1.
All right.
Is it the part I like when he's the one when the iron gets a guy in the head? Like the iron.
Yeah.
When he's using the iron, and
I like when he steps on the nail.
Yeah.
That looks so painful.
Mm.
Like every time I watch that movie, it sends shivers up my spine.
I hate that one. I don't like the scene when he gets electrocuted. That's very scary, actually.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
a good reason why you never put your hands on electric appliance.
Do you know, Lane, that in the scene where they put the tarantula on his face, he doesn't actually scream because it would have spooked the tarantula, so they put the scream in post. So
but that's a funny movie. I don't like the second one.
I don't know who that is, New York Jets superfan. Who's the Beast? I don't know who that is.
Oh, was it Beast Breaker? That's who it is. He's trying
Yeah,
to say.
I'm out of the loop, I guess.
Oh yeah, I mean, but yeah, I don't like the second one. I don't know why. It's just kind
Oh,
of
I like the
corny.
second one. You got the bird lady with all the poop on her. You got
That
Donald
was the one
Trump
that
in
played
there.
in Angels in Outfield.
Yes, yes, she was in.
And also when he meets Trump.
The best president in the history of the world.
Well,
And he looked right over there.
Tim Curry kills it in that movie in Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's young though there. Now I don't know what happened to him, but he I don't know where it is.
All right. Well, listen, Lane, we are 5 minutes over. Dude, thank you so much for calling in. Yeah, I haven't talked to you in a while. Thank you so much. And once again, anytime you're welcome.
He muted himself at the end.
Murdoch. That must have been what Johnny was talking about when he was like, vote for. Is Johnny in this? This Jake Asman thingy?
Probably.
Because remember last week he called in and was like, vote for Johnny, all this other stuff. And I was like, I don't know if he's going to be the president of an Elks Lodge or, the Legion Hall or whatever. But I think that must be what he's talking about. Beast is a man that lives in his mother's attic and wears a diaper. Well, that's embarrassing and disgusting. Oh, there you go. Johnny is a 2 seed. I think. Why would Johnny be a 2 seed?
Johnny is a number 2. I don't think
There's no way Johnny would be a 2 seed because he's not as those other guys. He's like Johnny's kind of grounded, if you know what I'm saying. Bonesy, Neil, V-Man. I don't know why I would vote for maybe V-Man. Like, I haven't watched Jake in a long time, but Bonesy and Neil are just pretty much normal guys. I know Neil gets drunk and Bonesy works at a shoe store, but it's like, I don't know why I would vote for them over someone like V-Man or Lane or Bobby or I don't know. I don't even care. I'll be honest. Like it's a fun. It sounds like a fun thing for people who like, and like I said, I haven't watched him in a while, but it sounds like a fun thing for him and his audience. So I hope they have a fun with that. But I'll be honest, I really think it's just going to come down to when you come to a winner, it's going to be Charles or Lane or Bobby. And like I said, maybe Gary, because Gary is always
winning.
What?
I don't see Charles winning at all.
He's the only one who he just seems so ungrateful for like the time that Jake gave. That when I did watch Jake, and Bobby's kind of the same way lately. I mean, I got in the Discord, I saw that fight Bobby had where he was fighting with what's his face, and it was hilarious.
Bobby fights
like once again, Bobby has this fucking attitude problem now, and I don't know. It seems like because Bobby used to be so lovable because everyone would kind of pick on whatever, and then he just became like an asshole. Like straight up, he was an asshole to me, and it's like that's when I was like, okay, fine. Like I was always nice to him, I'd rib on him just like I'd rib on you, or Maddie or anyone else, and he took it to heart or whatever, or people got in his ear and said something that wasn't true, and then he was just a complete jerk off to me. So it's like, what do you want me to do about it, dude? Like, maybe Jake will take his shit and that other dude will take his shit and other people will take his shit, but I'm not like that, man. I don't care if you like, I understand that Bobby is how he is. I get it, but it's just too much. If you're going to talk shit to me when I haven't done anything except put you over, it's just, I'm not going to play that game.
I don't see Lane Train losing. Lane Train should win. I support Lane Train.
And once again, guys, and once again, I don't hate Bobby. Like I think deep down, Bobby's a good person. It's just that I'm the kind of person, I've told Murdoch this, I've told Maddie this, I've told everybody this. I will be loyal to you. I will be friends with you. I will back you up. I will have your back until you turn your back on me or talk shit on me. And I gave Bobby way too many chances. There was the time where we streamed his show while we were on our show as a joke. And we were trying to see, like, get a little rise out of him. And then he just went off and just was a complete asshole to us. And we had to send Maddie from our show over to his show to be like, Bobby, we're fucking with you. You call in. He called in every week at that point. And we said, Bobby, it's cool. Like, and he just, and then he was like, oh, it's okay. I get it. And then out of nowhere, when I was in the chat, he just started trashing on me and being like, you talk shit and this, that, and the other. It's like, all right, fuck you, Bobby. Like, I'm not going to play your little fucking games. It's like, I get over that shit real quickly. Like, I'm sorry, Murdoch. I don't mean to take up your time, but it's in my chat, and it is what it is. Like, I have nothing against Bobby. Like, I hope all the best for him, but I don't play that game anymore. And if he ever wants to call in and talk face to face, man to man, I'll let him call in and I'll tell him. I'll say, Bobby, no one talks shit about you. You're just an asshole to people. And if you want to be an asshole to me, that's fine. And then he can get off the fucking show. Like, that's it. Like, but I give people so many chances. Mikey Midnite should win the whole thing. That's Bobby's brother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is what it is. I don't know how this even got into this. Oh, because Lane is a number 1 seed and he called in. Okay, fair enough. All right, Murdoch. Where's your girlfriend?
She probably listen, she's talking shit.
What do you mean she's talking shit? Am I gonna have to cut a promo on her?
No, you won't. No, you'd probably laud her for it.
Oh, why?
She
Why?
sent me a message that said you suck.
To you?
Yeah, because I lost the trivia tonight because you guys rigged it.
There was no rigging.
You guys rigged the trivia to where Maddie got all Maddie's wheelhouse for answers. That's why he got like.
You mean because
six out of 7 questions right?
Because the category was hockey
and TV stuff, like it was right up Maddie's.
TV and
movies. Got the answer. It was right up
everybody watches TV and movies. What are you talking about?
So we'll do baseball and wrestling, and I'll go.
We're not doing wrestling.
The chat knows
Maddie knew all the answers beforehand.
Yeah. Thanks, Jet Superfan.
There you go. You got support. But okay, if she's not going to call in, we're going to call this show. I'd love to talk to her and tell her how she needs to calm down. She needs to
I got my own girlfriend like trolling me because I lost the trivia tonight. I didn't get a congratulatory message from her when I won the crown last week.
And when you're on my show, she needs to understand that we do a show where anything goes. So if we want to talk about the hottest 5 women athletes or the hottest 5 women movie stars, hey, it's just a game. It's just a game. I'm not leaving my wife. Murdoch's not leaving you. We need to talk to her. We need to have a conversation.
She's ferocious.
She's like a lioness, right? Yeah. She protects the pride.
She's I know. Be careful with that one, Mike.
Well, I hope everybody who is in here seriously is hitting the thumbs up button because we had a great show tonight. We are now obviously over our 2-hour time slot. But seriously, guys, on your way in, on your way out, all I ask, we've been over 50 people watching like continuously for most of the night. So when I get off of here, I expect the 50 thumbs up. Like, let's be honest here. Me and Murdoch just did, over 2 hours with you guys. The least you could do is just that little thing that looks like this. You just go click, boom.
Yeah, and if you're not subscribed to my channel,
then do it, right?
Don't be sad. I'm almost at a good number.
There she is.
There she is, yeah. Yeah,
good. At least she's having fun with it. You come in, you laugh. That's the whole point of this show. It's a ridiculous show that's a Jet show that talks about all this other ridiculous garbage, and we just go. I mean, has she seen any of the episodes where we literally have a horse getting an erection on the show?
She hasn't commented on that, but yeah, she watches the show.
Yeah, we get crazy, and it's just that's part of the show. So it's like
Clancy met her. Clancy and Lee met her.
Well, what I'm saying is people either love us or they hate us, and that's fine because we know that the people who come in and love us are truly here for me and Maddie and Murdoch, like the 3M.
So, do we have to do it?
I was like that.
I didn't know if we were throwing up gang signs or.
It's our gang.
Oh, okay.
Not the Little Rascals. Not the Little Rascals, our gang.
Or sign language.
But it's like our personal, like Midnight Mike Show family tree gang is led by the 3M, like 3.
Yeah, but if I do it like this might be like sign language for like ordering a Happy Meal. I don't know.
Maybe. The only sign language I know is like ridiculous shit, like bullshit, like this.
What is that?
That's the sign language for bullshit.
Oh, I was gonna say like, hey, you two, fuck off. All right.
No. That's a sign language for bullshit. What did she say here? I stopped watching the shows, just watched it today because I was still up. Shame on you. Shame on you for not watching every minute of every show. I mean, you don't have 6 hours a week to dedicate to watching the Midnight Mike show with your man on it. Come on. Oh, maybe she's going with Red now.
Oh, she knows. Red's my home. Red's my brother. So, by.
There you go. All right. Well, Murdoch, I got to call it a night. 11:15. Mike is ready for a little sleepy time. Maybe a little drink before sleepy time. I don't know.
Got one on you?
I have one on me, but I just, like I said, I pour one at the beginning of a show and I take a sip before the show starts. And then it takes me until after the intermission report to remember that I have it. And that's what ends up happening.
The chat's going to have to remind you throughout the course of the show. Like, hey, Mike, take a sip.
Well, they would have to do. Yeah, they could do that. I wouldn't have a problem with that. It is what it is. And by the way, these are going out. The stickers are going out this week.
Oh, nice.
When you were out in Germany, did you deliver any to your lady?
I got her an actual Jets cup with her name inside of the cup already.
Oh, that's cool. Like printed on?
Yeah, but like I guess because it's like a plastic cup, I guess, but I think there's paper inside that it's New York Jets for her and her whole family. Her sister's a Jet fan too. So
that's cool.
Yeah, all their names are in it. So
if the Jets instead of the London game, let's say the Jets did the Frankfurt game, would you head over to her place and go to the game with her and the fam?
Possibly.
That'd be cool. And then call in. Could you? Does your cell phone work over there?
Yeah.
Because I know there's like weird roaming shit.
Yeah, right. I was thinking because I did the show from Germany, but I brought my laptop.
And you were just running off their internet when you were there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a good question. I don't know. Could I call in? You must be able to call in.
Holy crap! It's 5:15. Did you stay up till 5:15 or did you wake up early? Because either way, that's not a time I even recognize. 5:15 a.m. There is zero chance in the past 45 years of my life that I've been awake at 5:15 a.m.
So something interesting happened with her the other day. They went to her and her friend went to this thing called Carnival. And it's like music, beer, drinks, dancing, whatever. And her friend is younger, got completely shit-faced, and still made it to work like 7 hours later. I couldn't do that.
No. Maybe in my 20s.
To be 25 again, that's... I messaged her. I said, did she make it to work? She said, yeah. Oh, no. She didn't make it to work, but she wasn't dead. She survived it. Damn.
Lane, you can't change unis for at least 5. Oh, let's see what Lane wrote. Do the Jets bring back the black uniforms and green uniforms? No, I think he's talking. Yeah, they're going to have the same uniforms, the black, the green, and the white that they had last year. But I don't picture this being like those Jets uniforms that they had for those 5 years were the most hideous, disgusting, vile. They were just the grossest uniforms that you could ever have. And I hate them. These uniforms are going to stick with us for, I'd say, 10 to 15 years easily. And then if they do change them, they're going to go back to like the Namath, Revis, that era uniform. It's not, that's it.
Every year when I used to play Madden, I would do franchise mode, change the Jets uniform. I swear I have the sickest Jets uniform created. It would be so good. I wish I could.
I like to keep it simple, man.
It is kind of simple, but the colors are great.
The uniforms that we have this year are outstanding. I don't like the black ones, but they are what they are. But the green and whites we have this year, or you go with actually, I prefer the Namath / Revis Martin era uniforms that they came out with this year. I like those better than the ones that we had previous because the numbers are more like the 60s Jets. And I would rather, if we were going to change to anything, I'd rather it be the throwback uniforms that we played the Bills with this year.
Anything's
But I don't
better
want
than-
them to change. I want this 80s Jets uniform. I want this to go for 10 to 15 years. I love these uniforms. Absolutely love them.
Anything is better than the Titans uniforms. That Titans throwback.
I didn't mind those as a one-off.
Ugh.
I like those. I'd rather go back to those than the ones we had with the Zach Wilson, Sam Darnold ones. Like those, I'd rather have the Titans any day.
Do you subscribe to the fact that wearing uniforms from our, like when you have terrible teams, like I just want to get rid of those uniforms entirely. Like I don't want the losing associated with any new team.
But that's
You know what I
every
mean?
every one of our uniforms has losing
I know.
associated.
That's why you can't go back to the
What are
old
you gonna
stuff.
do?
You got to make new stuff. You can't go back to the old ones when you're like 1 in 15.
No, because I want to exercise those demons. I want to win like an AFC championship or a Super Bowl in the uniforms that we're wearing now. Like that would be great. I would love that shit.
Hey, listen, I think it was 86. We were like 10-1.
I know.
And then we just lost the rest of the season. So, but those are the old school ones, yeah. Ken O'Brien, Freeman McNeil, Al Toon days.
Yep. Those are my favorite uniforms. And the greens over the whites. Green top, white pants. And I also hate all green uniforms. So this is a little spoiler alert because I do plan on putting out, I have an old video of my top 5 Jets uniforms. I'm going to be putting out a top 5 Jets worst uniforms. Spoiler alert, there's going to be some on there where it's green top, green pants. I hate that.
Yeah, wasn't that the color rush though?
No. Those were like, no. They I think they might even have worn it once this year, but in the uniforms like the Darnold into Zach Wilson uniforms, they used to wear green on green. It was the most disgusting thing. It's like green top, white pants, green top, white on white works. I can deal with that, but I'd still rather have white top, green pants.
Yeah, but not after Labor Day. You can't do that.
Okay, what are you, a chick?
No, it's right in the middle of NFL season. Like maybe that's why we lose.
No, it wasn't. I'm not, Jack. It's not the Color Rush uniforms. The Color Rush uniforms, yes, were all green, but those ones were like a different shade of green, more of a Kelly green than the dark like pine green that we wore during the Testaverde, Martin era. The Color Rush uniforms were a lighter green, and yes, they were green on green, but there were plenty of times that we wore green with the regular uniforms were green on green, whether it was in the Fitzpatrick era or whether it was in the Darnold Zach Wilson era. I just don't like green on green. Thanks. Red always comes in with the positivity. Says, I don't give a shit about none of our uniforms now. We fucking suck, period. He's keeping it real.
Red, the Yingling King. He's definitely at that point.
Oh, he's 7 through right now. 7 down.
Tall boy.
Easily.
Yeah.
All right, let's end this one out. You guys got me till past the 11:15 mark. Murdog, what do you have coming up on the Jet stream?
I don't know. I was thinking about doing some mocks. Looking at once the combine's over and now we get a little bit more information. I gotta say, everyone knows that I'm like a big Harold Fanning guy. I think he ran like a 4.73 at the combine, if I'm not mistaken, which isn't elite speed for a tight end. It's not the worst, but it's, I'm not going to hold that against him because there's plenty of slow tight ends or slower tight ends that are still crazy productive. Travis Kelce is not fast. I think he probably
especially not now.
I think 4.73. I think Zach Ertz might have ran a 4.73 and he was highly productive for like 10 years. So, but if 4.73 drops him, that might help us be able to get him. I'd still want him. No Diddy, but I'd still want him on the team. Yeah, Scott says Oregon guy Terrence Ferguson, right? It's Terrence Ferguson. Yeah, we'll definitely, hopefully, or
but you're also covering every UFL game, right?
And the Canadian Football League.
Yeah, all of them, every single game for
and
both leagues.
Yeah.
Good. I'm telling you, I'm excited. I'm gonna watch the UFL. I watched it a little bit last year, and it's football. Like that's all I fucking care about. I don't care how shitty it is. I just want to see some football. And if you watch the St. Louis Battlehawks, they have a crowd, man. they'll pull in 40,000 people into that dome in St. Louis. So
Pee Wee football.
yeah, we're covering any Pee Wee football, high school football. We got it all covered on the Jet stream.
Well, you did your goat stuff, so we could probably do color commentary for Pee Wee football.
That would be funny.
That would be funny too.
It'd be completely inappropriate with us covering it the way, because our show, I mean, at least my show is definitely a rated R show.
Yeah,
So to be covering children might be a problem.
Well, we'd be crushing the psyches of these little kids, and then we'd probably have Mets come in there and like throw them out when they made a mistake. Toss them.
I would love to bring Mets to a Pee Wee football game and have him just run out on the field and take someone out.
He's not allowed within 500 yards
of any school. Yeah,
anywhere children congregate.
He's not even allowed near Chuck E. Cheese.
He's not. There's a picture of Mets at every Chuck E. Cheese. Do not let this man in.
No, dude. What was the last time you were at a Chuck E. Cheese?
Oof, probably when I was living in New York.
Okay, dude. It's like a club now. When you walk in, they don't just let teenagers or young adults in. You can't. They won't let you in. They walk you in. They have a bouncer. They have a bouncer, and then the bouncer. You walk in with your kids, and they have that ultraviolet stamp, and they will turn it to a certain number, and they will stamp me, my wife, and my 2 daughters. And when we leave, like if our daughters try to go to walk out, they make sure that your number matches your parents' number, so that kids. I agree. So kids can't be taken, things like that, and it's intense. It's like getting into the White House. And by the way, why aren't you wearing a suit? Why aren't you wearing a suit in the Midnight Mike Show office to show respect? Do you own a suit?
Oh, just my costume.
Well, yeah, I want you to wear a costume when the war is over.
We just need hundreds of billions of dollars.
Yeah. All right.
That fucking guy. That's a whole nother show.
Fucking guy. Yeah, guys, tune into our political show another time. I don't know when that's going to
scary.
But Murdoch, I gotta go. Have a good night, and we will see you on the Jet stream.
If they subscribe. Fuckers. Oh, DB, put the link in. Jesus. I forgot.
And the Discord.
And the Discord. J-Quest. I'll have to send one in privately.
All right.
Guys. See you later, Mike. Be good, brother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I may be tooting my own horn, but I walk out of here sometimes and I'm like, man, I could have done better in this part of that fucking show. Tonight, I think we were on point. From having Tommy on at the beginning and talking about Tyrod and talking about Aaron Rodgers going to the Giants, and then the Combine, then going into Midnight Mike Show trivia, then going into the intermission report with Mike and Maddie's top 5, then taking all your calls, and we got a bunch of people calling in. I had a great time tonight, and I hope you guys did too. I really appreciate everybody who threw in some super chats and all that stuff. No gifted channel memberships tonight, I believe. But a bunch of super chats, and I really appreciate that. And guys, the thumbs up. If you haven't, on your way out, please hit that thumbs up, because I expect when I leave here, 50, at least 50 thumbs up. I will be highly disappointed in you guys. And I wish I could see who likes, so I could come in and call all you MFers out who didn't hit the fucking thumbs up button. Because I know you're in here. I know you like the show. You know I like you. So fucking hit the thumbs up. It's free. And I said this before, do that with every YouTube show that you watch. If you watch a YouTube video, if you watch a live stream, anything, whenever I watch YouTube, I always try to hit that thumbs up button, because it's a free way of supporting the shows. It's that simple. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am Midnight Mike, coming to you from the Long Island Sound, and it's warming up. We're getting ready for spring. I'm excited. How about you? Spring means baseball. Spring means hockey season, getting into full bore mode. We're past the All-Star break or the Four Nations face-off. It's real hockey, the beginning of baseball. This is exciting. And we're coming up on all this free agency. The draft is still a ways off. It is what it is. But a lot of fun in sports. A lot of fun on the Midnight Mike Show. I am Midnight Mike, and I can't wait to see you next time. See you next time. Have a good night, everybody.
First SportsCenter breaking news.
The New York Jets are hiring their former player, Aaron Glenn, as their next head coach.
Aaron Glenn.
12th pick in this first round select Aaron Glenn, defensive back, Texas A&M.
Every time you put your feet on the ground that morning, you felt like you was winning that game. At some point, man, we got to draw a line in the sand. Say enough is enough.
Compete, man, compete! Compete!
And Aaron Glenn has a little attitude about him that I think is made for being in New York. He has an attitude that I think he's going to be honest with you. He's going to hold you accountable every single second.
Winning. Time to get that feeling back. Y'all dig what I'm saying?